Be y'all, and we're live. Sorry I'm late. It's 8:30, not 8 o'clock. I'm gonna try to get back to doing it at 8. I'm gonna try to get back on the schedule Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Kick it for a little while. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that shit like religiously. Neighborhood Jesusly. That's right. Let's wait for some homies to get in here. Because we got some shit to talk about. Damn, I already got 5 people in here. What's good, everybody? What's up, IB Tech? Jonathan Mendoza, what's good? How you doing? How's everybody doing? It's been a long, well, it's not even really been that long. I woke up at 4 p.m., but it feels like it's been a long day. First startup, guys, after you've been fucking with your car past the point of no return. Fucking, it's nerve-wracking, man. You're like, hope this goes well. You know what I'm saying? That's how it feels. But we started up, and you guys caught it on Instagram Live. I fucking did a little brief video over there. Started her up, set fuel pressure. Yeah, static fuel pressure, right on the money. It was pretty much exactly the same as, see, like me and Neutron were talking about. He's like, no, don't run the pump continuously without the car and the alternator on because your voltage is sagged, yada yada. It was no different. It was literally like, I set it at 45 and or no, wait. I wanted to set it at 45. So what I did for a safety net, I set it at 40. And then when I kicked the car on, it was at like 41 or 42. So then I just like gave it a little turn, got it right to 45, good to go. Then I put my vacuum line on, and you do it without the vacuum line on for static pressure. So basically that's what your static pressure is like. That's what 45 is what it's going to be at like, you know, pretty much like almost full power, full power band. So when you put the vacuum line on, it drops it down by about 10 to 12. So it was like 30, 35, I think. Now let's talk about some complications. Very, very minor, very minor stuff. I did drive the car. Got it all on film. Today's Wednesday. Hopefully I'll have that video up. There'll be a premiere Friday night. Mark your fucking calendars. Get ready. Get your bells and whistles. Put your Sunday best on. Fucking, yeah, fucking. There are some complications. Because I teed into the brake booster vacuum line, right? Something about my idle characteristic is different. It's like how do I describe it? My idle has dropped down from 850 to 650, like 550 to 650, somewhere in that area. So what that means is, I would say it's because of the vacuum. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, the weird thing is, I'm not sure. I might have to get a second opinion. It could be because of where we have the fuel pressure. Maybe, I doubt it. 45 seems pretty on the money. All the dead times are correct. Millisecond dead time pulsing. You know, that shit looks fine. Our map looked fine. Our air fuel looked pretty decent, honestly. Sitting at idle 14.7, cruising along 60 miles an hour, 50, 60 miles an hour in 6th gear. Pretty much staying right around 14.7 to 15, bouncing around a little bit. Gave it a little throttle blip, you know, about maybe 50, 60% throttle, dropped down to about 12.5, 13.0. Haven't done a wide open pull yet. Can't bring myself to do it yet. Need to sort out some things, make sure it's safe, you know, air fuel mixture. What's good, DJ? The legend himself. Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, install my fuel system. Dude, if somebody were to like be in my neck of the woods and want to pay me to do their fuel system, honestly, I feel like we could knock it out pretty fucking quick. If they had all the parts, I'd be like, get all your parts wrangled up. Get this Aeroflow hose, get these fittings, get X amount if you want it just like mine, yada yada. Or, you know, if they want to change up the injectors and the fuel filter and the pump hanger or whatever they want to do, I'd be like, look, you buy what you want to buy, but get everything together and we can knock it out in a day easily. Fry says, what's up, Fry? Be y'all. Hashtag Shades. Just dropping by. Say what's up. Talk to you later. Have a good one, Fry. And what's up? Be y'all. Part 71. DJ says, bro, I would pay you to teach me and watch me install. Yeah, I mean, I could do that, man. I don't know how I feel about you paying me. I mean, time is money. It'd probably be sitting on Facebook video call or on Skype or FaceTime or something for, you know, there'd be a lot to show you how to do. It's not there's some finesse to certain things like putting the fittings on the hose and checking that stuff, and you know, how to route the lines, and what it depends to what setup you're running, like what intake you're running, how you want what fuel rail and injectors you're running and shit like that, you know. Oh, I meant if I was nearby, but that could work too, I guess. Yeah. I thought you live in Cali or somewhere, so I was like, I thought you meant like talk over fucking video FaceTime. That honestly, that wouldn't be that bad, you know. I mean, in some ways, I would like to do formal videos for people, like people that are actually supporters and stuff. Like if they need some help, and just kind of like give them like almost like that sounds silly, almost like how people that hook up, like, you know, if I had enough subs, like, you know, join my YouTube for like $5 a month and y'all get like exclusive shit that not anybody and everybody can get, all the fucking just random people watching the channel. Because we got 600 subs, bro. And we got 3 people in here right now. Come on. Not everybody's on board, bro. They might be subscribed, but they're not OG. There's less than, like, if we were lucky right now, we might get 10, 15 people in here, maybe. And that's out of 616 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? So less than, what is that? That's like a 25th of my subscriber base is like loyal OGs. But almost something like that, you know what I mean? Like put out like, I don't know, like custom tailor-made videos. Like you're like, dude, I'm having auto air control valve problems. Like show me, like, you know, what all it could be, what to do, yada yada. Or fuel system, how to make a fitting, put a fitting on there, some shit. You know what I mean? Take requests, which I don't always agree with. That's why my channel is the way it is. I just do what I want. But, you know, for people that are OG, you know, try to help out. Coffee sucks. I don't know what they did different. Let's see. Rise Gaming, what's good? How you doing, man? Hey, bro, so my RSX is a code for Bank One Sensor 1, and it's idling up and down when parked. LOL, you think that's the problem? Been here for like 2 years. Fucking Bank One Sensor 1, code for Bank One Sensor 1, that's your primary O2 sensor. You're going to want to replace that so the car runs better. Is it doing bad on gas? Is it not getting, like, it? What's your setup? Do you have a stock RSX, or do you have stuff done to it? Like, if it's like pretty like minimal, like you just have like an intake and an exhaust, you should be getting right around 300 to a tank, depending on where you get your gas from. But if you're not doing good on gas, it's probably because your O2 sensor's fucked, and that's why it's throwing a code for bank one, sensor one. That's your primary O2 sensor, which is very important for the air fuel mix, and the computer might be compensating, doing some stupid shit. But as far as the idle goes, that's your idle air control valve, I would think. If it's bobbing up and down while you're parked or coming to stops, yeah, it's your idle air control valve. You could get a new idle air control valve and spend a boatload of money, $200-$300, and or you could try cleaning yours. You could try cleaning it and changing the gasket. I mean, there's no harm in doing that, but it's the Achilles heel of K series. The fucking idle air control valve, timing chain tensioner. Wouldn't it be given some type of code for the ICV? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Like, for example, my idle was acting funky earlier because of the new fuel system, and I got to readjust the set idle screw on my throttle body because I don't have an idle air control valve. So my idle was set at 800-ish, 850-ish, somewhere in that area. Now, because I'm tied into the brake booster for the fuel pressure regulator, my idle is at 550 to 600, which is straight low as fuck, like choke out low. It was choking out at every stop almost. So fucking, yeah, it doesn't, like when you have an idle air control valve, it doesn't always throw a code. Like you'll probably get idle system malfunction. That would be a P0505. I think that's the code for the idle system. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. But even if you have the idle issue, but you could, I'd say first step, if you really just want to like keep it minimal, I would say you could take your throttle body off, get the idle air control valve off. And to get the idle air control valve off, you're going to need a Dremel with a flat disc or no, I might be thinking of the TPS. It might be the same thing. I forgot. But it's going to have like rivets, or that might be the TPS. I can't remember. But you'll take your idle air control valve off, however you can get it off. And then you're going to fucking clean it with brake cleaner, scrub it, make sure the plenum plunger thingy is like operating correctly. And then get a new gasket. It's like $10, not even. And then fucking whatchamacallit. If that doesn't help you, then I would say you could delete the idle air control valve. Rise Gaming says right now sensor 1 is at 610. Because right now, sensor 1 is at 610 to 620. I don't follow. O2 sensor doesn't follow readings like that. It's an air fuel mixture. What's up, Neutron? The pressure drop on the regulator is normal when connected to the vacuum reference. I told you this a while, but I know. Where'd that come from? That's the whole point of static pressure. You set it without it, 45. You put it on. There's no load on the car. So it's 35, hit the throttle cable, goes right back up to 45. I don't understand. Rise Gaming says thanks. So I should for sure change I'd change the O2 sensor, and I'd try to clean the idle air control valve and change the gasket. I mean, dude, you can go to O'Reilly. You can go to O'Reilly and get a fucking Denso or a Bosch O2 sensor for like $80. You can even get, I mean, if you really wanted to go cheap out, you could get one off eBay. I wouldn't recommend it. You never know what you're getting. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Neutron said it was weird. Yeah, I wasn't thinking off the top of my head, man. I was looking for flames. I was looking for leaks. I wasn't thinking right. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the moment, sometimes you get a brain fart. You know what I'm saying? Rise Gaming says, perfect. I'll do that. All right. I'll go get a sensor right now. There you go. Save yourself the trouble too, man. Get that fucking O2 that O2 sensor socket. That's like, it's like a socket, but like there's like a part of it that's like chopped out. Makes life so much easier. Like 15, 20 bucks. That shit is so helpful. Fucking open-ended wrench. Fuck a spanner. Neutron says, gotcha. Fucking Neutron, seeing as you're smart, so car drives, air fuel is, you know, pretty decent. Okay. It's not amazing. On idle, it's 14.7. When you're cruising at 50, 60 miles an hour in 6th gear, it's at 14.7. It's bumping around a little bit here and there, but nothing too crazy. Fucking, my idle has changed. My idle was set with, I have no auto air control valve. My idle was set right around 800-ish, 850-ish maybe. Now it's like 550 to 650 in that ballpark. So when I was coming to stops, the car was choking out. Kick it back on, cuts right back on. I don't know if that's because of something to do with fuel pressure, where the dead times and the fuel pressure set at 45. Maybe I should run it at 43 or whatever the fuck. Or it could be because of I'm teed into the brake booster vacuum line for the regulator. I'm not sure. I would say it's one of the two. Not too sure though, honestly. That's why you got to hit up smart people. People are real smart. Just make sure you understand it's normal. Yeah, no, I knew it was normal once I fucking blipped the throttle on the cable. I was like, it's 35. I was like, did it drop? Is it just because I attached the vacuum line? Then when I bumped it with the throttle, just gave it a little rev, went right back up to 45. So I knew, I was like, oh, it's fine. That's what it's doing. It's all good. All good in the hood. But yeah, I fucking took her for a test drive, man. Fucking felt good. Felt nervous, you know. Went and filled her up with gas. One thing, I don't know if this is because of the AMG fuel pump hanger or just I need to tighten it more. The gas, the fuel pump ring, you know what I'm saying? I got the seal on it. I know I put a seal on it, you know, the original fuel pump hanger seal that goes around the ring, around the top. And I got the ring, and I took that bitch with, I got it hand tight, and then I took a flathead and a hammer, hammered it around. Fucking, it's like leaking just ever so slightly. So I probably got to tighten that bitch a little bit more, honestly. It's either that or the seal's no good, but I doubt that. I mean, the seal looked pretty fine, but super minimal. It's definitely not leaking from the fittings. It's definitely not leaking from the top or anything like that. It's literally like, you know how your gas tank, you got your pump hanger, your circle, right? Then around it's like almost like a dugout, like a moat. Literally just put my hand back there because I thought I was like, kind of smells like gas in here, just a cunt hair. So then I put my hand back there because I touched the hose and the fittings, dry to the touch, touched the return, dry to the touch. And then fucking whatchamacallit. Yeah, I fucking put my hand just around the crevice. I was like, oh, that's a little wet. Neutron says, yeah, that brings me to the fuel pressure issue. Set the static pressure at 50. You want to aim for about 40 psi with the vacuum reference connected. Keep in mind, you definitely need a tune now. 35 psi at negative pressure is kind of low. I want to aim for 40. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, 35. I was like, 35 is a little low. All right, so that's easy to tweak. I ain't gonna say, but how do I describe it? Is it because it's not because of the vacuum at all? Because I got no auto air control valve or anything like that wouldn't have anything to do with it. It would totally just be like a fuel dead time, pressure issue. I mean, that would make sense because that's the only thing we've changed. We haven't fucked with the set idle screw. The set idle screw should be exactly where it was. That shouldn't matter. All right, this gaming says, all right, got the sensor. How the fuck did you get the sensor already? The fuck? This man fucking floored it to O'Reilly's to AutoZone. Said, hey, need help, motherfucker. Help. Rise Gaming says, bro, shit was $169. Where did you go? Bro, price match. No. Live like 2 minutes from autos. That's why, bro. Hold on. Correct. Dead times, idle timing, fuel pressure, etc. Not the IC. I don't have an ACV. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying because I tied into the vacuum line. I didn't know if that could change the idle at all. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm curious to see what O'Reilly would have done for it. I feel like $100 max. Let's go. Come on, Firefox. God, that's bright. 2002 Acura RSX primary oxygen sensor O'Reilly. Oxygen air fuel ratio sensor O'Reilly. That's upstream automatic. What the fuck? What kind of fuck shit are they doing here? Upstream, bitch. Upstream manual transmission. That looks like the one. 2, 3, 1, 3. Fine. Let's at a store. Give me some prices, motherfucker. Upstream. Damn, bro, they are not kidding around. Yeah, fucking. Yeah, upstream, manual transmission, check vehicle fit. Let's see. Type S, next. Yeah, bro, they want like. They do want an arm and a leg. Check vehicle fit, motherfucker. Upstream, next. Hey, they want $160. That ain't no bullshit. Yeah, that's wild style. When I bought mine, oh, dude, I'm retarded. No wonder mine was so cheap. I fucking worked there. Cut that price in half. It was $80. It was exactly $80. Oh man, that's funny. Let's see. Neutron says set the static at 50 when you connect the vacuum reference. It'll raise the idle sign. This can be also be adjusted via the dead times in K-Pro, but let your tuner do that. Well, yeah, I gotta if I'm bumping the static up to 50, I gotta change the dead times anyway. You got a whole basically. So I'm at 45. 8 volts is 2, 10 is 1.41, 12 is 1.08, 14 is 0.79, and 16 volts is 0.70. So if I bump it to 50, we're going from 2.0 to 2.02, 1.41 to 1.43, 1.08 to 1.13, and then 0.79 to 0.81, and then 0.70 to 0.71. So that ain't no thing. That makes it easy. I don't got to fuck with the set idle screw on the throttle body. Liking that. Yeah, but Kev, you don't want to always go off that. The tuner is always going to play with that to where the car is happiest. Well, it goes to show. I mean, we changed it to 50 tomorrow. It's not taking me 5 minutes. Not even. I'm gonna change that shit tomorrow. Set static at 50 instead of 45. Put that bitch back on. It's gonna be happy again. It's gonna be idle's gonna be right where it needs to be. I data logged all this shit today, so I'll show the air fuel, show all the info, Because you got to think a stock regulator. I mean, obviously smaller injectors with different dead times, but stock pump that's small with the regulator built into the hanger assembly, they averaged that regulator's static fuel pressure, I guess if you could even call it that, just fuel pressure, is between 43 to 47. So I put it at 45, and obviously that's too low, but it might have been fine. It could have been fine if I have an auto air control valve, but I don't, But we'll try 50 tomorrow. Yeah, my projects for tomorrow, I'll definitely try 50, see how 50 works. And what do you think about the fucking fuel pump ring? Do you just think it's not tight enough? I mean, how tight is tight? That bitch felt pretty tight to me, but maybe it needs a little bit more tightness. Tight. I'll tell you one thing though, that fuel pump is loud. Now that it's running all the time, like that fucker is pretty loud. I'm not gonna lie. With a full tank of gas, and it's getting full flow. I bet it's pretty loud. I'm not gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. But yeah, it takes some getting used to. I damn near had a fucking heart attack. I went over a dip in the road, and then I heard this weird metallic noise, and I was like, oh fuck, what is that? That doesn't sound good. Then made a turn, hit another little dip in the road, heard it again. I was like, oh fuck, is my exhaust fucking about to take a shit and just fall off or something? So fucking dude, the seatbelt brackets, because I don't got back seats in right now, obviously. The fucking seat mounting brackets were sitting in the fucking side panel cup holder, just on low RPM and stuff like that, starting off or going kind of slow. Is every now and then it would vibrate and make that metallic noise. I was like, oh fuck. Neutron says, can't answer that question. I don't do DC5s. Maybe one day I'll own one and I can tell you. Wait, answer what question? About the fuel ring? Bro, that applies across the board to any Honda. They all got the same shit. They got the same design. A seal and a plastic ring. Take a goddamn screwdriver and a hammer and fucking tighten that bitch. I mean, how tight is tight though? I guess I could get a little more tight. I don't know. Neutron, I think the real question is, have you bought a headset yet? Let's get some dubs. Damn, K-Series parts ain't getting around either. 180 bucks. Everywhere is 180 bucks. So the fact that Rise Gaming got for 159, he actually came out on top by $21. Winning. They have locking tabs on the rings or in the ring. Locking tabs. Are you talking about the notches on the outside where you put your flathead and you take your hammer and chisel it around to, bang it around to make it tight? Are you saying like, I'm not sure. Elaborate, please. You rotate it to where it locks in place and done, but definitely not as easy as, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You must have to hammer that bitch quite a, it's like a detent on the ring itself. Yeah, okay, so that's what it is then. Because it could definitely go tighter. I'll put it to you that way. It's tight though. I fucking turned it by hand. It stopped. Like I can't turn it anymore. So I took a fucking flathead hammer, starts turning around. But I could have kept going. So I guess I'll tighten that bitch up tomorrow. Tighten her up. It was barely leaking any fuel. I'm talking like a couple drops. You know what I mean? Just because the fuel, I went and got gas, filled it up. So like, going around turns and stuff like that, back and forth, get a little slosh, comes up to the top of the hanger. Barely excreted any gas. Just a fucking cunt hair. A little dribble. That's how it is on my wagon. At least the DC5 car is different, so I don't know. Send a picture. Yeah, I don't feel like going back up to the garage. I'm chilling. I'm fucking tired. I'll do it tomorrow though. I thought they all had the same style of ring, and they all have like their pump hangers are like what 100mm diameter. He says no smoking. I don't smoke in my car anyway. I've only smoked. I've smoked less than 5 cigarettes in that car since I got the interior done, and they were all smoked. They were all smoked while Christian Honda Vlogs was driving the car. I was like, all right, I'm letting someone else drive my car. I need to chill out, just sit back and enjoy the ride. So much fun. It's pretty hilarious when you got like $5,000 of interior work between Recaro seats, custom carpet, nice ass steering wheel, nice ass hub, nice ass shifter, nice ass everything. And then you just sit back and you're like, I'm smoking this bitch. Don't want any red ashes flying around that AMG hangar. Man, it's funny you mentioned like fire, red ashes, or anything like that. I was like, before I was about to fucking drive it, I started it up. I almost thought about going and buying a fire extinguisher. Because like getting a garden hose, like if you got a fucking gas fire, that's like a grease fire. Fucking water makes it worse. You got to get a fire extinguisher. But luckily it didn't come to that. I primed that bitch over a bajillion times just to make sure. No leaks. You know what I'm saying? Neutron says, I have that same shirt, but it has a B series instead. Hey, there you go. Yeah, Chris B actually gave me this shirt. I had one before it, but now I got 2. I got a work one, and I got a clean one. What the fuck is this guy? Ross Saab commented, not afraid to use 300 words when 3 would do. Just get to the point. What? You're trying to say Crispy's? No, it was a gift from a subscriber. This fucking keyboard warrior dude on the Honda, the Myth of Honda Bond video, you know, just talking about like Honda, you know, fucking Honda car. What's the harm in using the shit that it's made for? It's like getting a Felpro gasket versus getting a Honda OEM gasket, you know. But this fool Ross Saab, not afraid to use 300 words when 3 would do. Just get to the point. Oh my god. I almost want to comment. He's not afraid to be a keyboard warrior. Just please go die in a fucking school bus fire. God damn it. The fucking internet, man. What video? Fucking video. Just I was replacing my valve cover gasket because it was leaking, and ironically, I used like fucking just generic ass RTV, and it was still leaking. You know. So then I got a fresh gasket and got the tube of Honda Bond, sealed that bitch up, and guess what? It never fucking leaked again. Kev says someone mad. Not this guy. I could give a fuck. I live for that shit. Aldo says, who did your LCA bushing shit? Me and Jerry. It's a whole lot of fun. Tag team duo fucking taking forever. Dude, those bushings, man. Some of them are easy to press out, but they're hard to get back in, and some of them are hard to get out and easy to press back in. Kev says, anyone else light up every time Shades does? Tough. Fuck Jerry. Why? Jerry's a boss. Jerry's got every snap-on tool known to man. Jerry's got willpower. And most importantly, Jerry likes Frank Zappa. It's our common ground. It's our common alliance. What bushings? ES hard race. The lower control arm bushings, the trailing arm bushings, sway bar bushings, all that shit were the Hyperflex energy suspension kit. And then tie rod ends and ball joints are hard race. Aldo says, yeah, I don't have a press. Might have to pay a shop to just press them out and put them in. Yeah, you're going to need a press. And honestly, if you don't like getting your hands dirty, I wouldn't suggest it. It's definitely not fun. It's definitely not a fun job. It's not impossible. It's not the end of the world or anything. Like, obviously, you know, there's certain jobs you like doing. There's certain jobs that are just a pain in the ass. And, you know, getting a punch in a fucking chisel and having to like knock them out or get a torch if they're fucking being a pain in the ass ain't all that fun, you know? Neutron says Harbor Freight Aldo, $150. Young Big Squick, what's good? Smoking darts for the boys. I'd have a dart. Fucking, you guys ever watch Letterkenny? That fucking Canadian show about like fucking farmers. It's like a fucking series. It's like a bunch of hicks that are farmers, and you got like skids, and you got jocks, and you got the fucking Indians and all the natives or whatever. And it's a show basically about nothing, but it's fucking hilarious. Gab says, I might switch to ES. I really don't want to keep waiting on hard race back order. Well, for certain things, hard race is the way to go. You know what I mean? Tie rods, inner tie rods, tie rod ends, ball joints, lower control arms, you know, whatever they make for your car. Fucking You know, they're good shit, but I feel you on the back order. It sucks. But as far as bushings go, I'd say as far as bushings go, you could order the Hyperflex kit off Amazon for like $130. Definitely money well spent. Aldo says at Neutron, yeah, I guess I could buy a press, but I don't think I'll use it again. Oh, you'll always use it. You know, there'll be something for you to use it for. Young Big Squick says, when are we going to see a turbo build? Man, this build's high comp all motor. That's the plan. Obviously more expensive, but next project, I think we will probably either do a supercharger or a turbo, honestly. Whether it's, I don't know what I would want to fucking next chassis I want to get. Whether it be, I think a Del Sol would be fun. Obviously, between Kev and Brad at Old Souls, I'd have a plethora. I'd have an encyclopedia of Del Sol knowledge. You know, fucking information kiosk. And Christian too. He has Del Sol. But yeah, I don't know what chassis would be next, but fucking yeah, like I don't know, fucking scoop like a fucking K24, a JDM K24A, and then fucking slap a fucking 6266 on it. That'd be pretty much fun. Neutron says, Aldo, a man's garage should always have a press, brother. Very important and useful tool to have in a man's garage. Can use for doing bearings, bushings, etc. Always useful. Hey, and guess what? This guy's garage doesn't have a press. You fucking rich person. I ain't got no lift. I ain't got no press. That shit's at the shop. And that's the way you can gain knowledge. That's worth more than anything. Kev says Shades, Del Sol 2021. Heard it here first, folks. Dude, Del Sol is just like, I feel like the target top is really what kind of strays me away, because I hate water leaks, because obviously the DC5 is a water leak monster. But as long as that shit don't leak, I'd be pretty happy. That's a sleeper fucking chassis. That's a hated chassis. You guys know it. Even like, you know, y'all that love Del Sols. I like Del Sols. I think they're a fucking clean, clean chassis. It looks interesting. It's like almost like a CRX meets a EK meets a Honda Beat or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But you guys heard it in high school, just as I heard it probably. Oh, that's a girl's car. That's what everyone said. You know, oh, that car's a pipsqueak. It's a fucking girl car, you know? Even DJ, Sleeper Honda, the one that had the K28 in it, he said the exact same thing in that walkthrough of his car, that interview with Christian. He's like, you know, in high school you hear the typical, oh, fucking girl car. And he was like, oh, one day, guys, I'm going to get you. Shades needs a project car. Next, I vote for a 1G Prelude or 1G Accord, 1G Talon. Fuck a Talon. I mean, don't get me wrong. Shouldn't sleep on those cars. You can make them fast as fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know what the next project will be. I really don't know, Gina's. A CB7 would be kind of cool. A Del Sol would be kind of cool. You know, fucking there's tons of chassis out there you can do shit with. GK5 gang. See, that's the funny thing, Kev. Like getting a daily, like a CRZ or a Honda Fit or something like that, that would be helpful, because that's a project that is the daily, and it's a reliable car. Like even if you took a GK5 and swapped a K20A into it and just kept it stock, I'm talking just stock. Do you know how fucking cool that car would be? Young Biggs Quick says a KMR2 turbo. See, that's already been done. Everybody and their mom, Boosted Boys, DC 502 Civic, fucking people in Australia. Everyone's doing K series and an MR2 turbo. high comp all motor, supercharged, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like that ship has sailed. I want to do something nobody's done before. That's kind of where I'm at. Like if I could find a first gen Accord or a first gen Prelude or a first gen CRX, do you know how fucking cool it would be to K-swap one of those? A K Eclipse. Oh god. I feel like it would be mandatory for me to fucking get the Fast and the Furious paint job and livery, just as a joke. Fucking have a quarter mile race and shift 15 times. First gen Prelude K24 Frank swap all motor. Shades needs a big ass boat car, straight gangster floater, burgundy shag interior, tinted as fuck, bench seating. So basically a V12 Cadillac, big boat. God, driving a Cadillac, man, those things are a fucking tank. Neutron says, yeah, like a first gen Prelude. Compared to like a real boat, like some big fucking Cadillac or Lincoln Town Car. Oh my God. That thing is a boat, dude. Can't even park in a parking space. That's like the one fucking next to a Lamborghini. That's probably the one car that takes up the whole parking space. You got to hit that shit dead in the center. Young Bix Quick says, where's that shirt from? Fucking subscriber sent it to me. I think you can buy them off Amazon or eBay, though. I've seen it before. I think it's the same people that make, what's the R Built? If you search R Built, R, just the letter R, then Built t-shirts, you should be able to find it. They got, you know, Turbo one. They got K Series ITBs. They got fucking B Series. They got, you know, a bunch of shirts. Coffee today tastes weird. Tastes strange. Neutron said, Monica. Fast and the Furious was such a trip. Everyone cared about the Eclipse, the RX-7, the S2000, the Dodge Charger, you know, all that. They did not give a fuck about Ja Rule's Integra, and they didn't give a fuck about the guy that owns Roja's white Civic. The Hondas were hated. It's like fucking Ja Rule fucked up the DC2. Shit was a DC4 probably. Young Bix Quick says, you work at Honda, see a blue RSX just like yours there all the time. Which dealership? Oh, I don't work at Honda. I go up there for parts. If the license plate says K28, that's me. Always going and getting parts. But yeah, no, I don't work at Honda. Neutron says the Dodge Charger was what made the whole movie, honestly. I don't know about that, Gene. I think a lot of people would disagree. I think everybody was in love with that fucking RX-7, that Eclipse, and that Supra. I mean, the Charger's badass, don't get me wrong, but the whole movie was based around import cars, you know? But I agree. 900 horses of Detroit muscle, brother. Young Big Squig says plant, not dealership. LOL, had to ask. Yeah, no, I don't work at the Honda plant. Kev says Harry's truck, fucking the F-150 Lightning. Kev says the $100,000 S2000. Jesse, don't do it. But he's got more than 100 grand under that hood. What? 100 grand. Like if you did everything, I'm talking everything. Because clearly, if that car had 100 grand under the hood, it would have been on some fat slicks, had fucking wheelie bars and a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? But 100 grand, that's some funny shit right there. Too soon, Junior. It's tall. Tall. Fucking, yeah, that movie's a trip. That movie was so cool when you were like 12 or 13 when it came out. Looking back on it, that shit is a joke. Neutron says the Charger was beast, kind of what started the whole domestic versus import shit. The whole racing community was like underground before that movie. Oh, for sure. You know? Oh, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like you said, that the Charger made the movie. I'm pretty sure 99% of people would be like, nah, fuck that. I was there for the Super Bro. I was there for the Eclipse. I was there for the RX-7. I was there for the Underglow. Neutron says muscle versus Japan's legend. Kev says every 12-year-old wanted a high wing neon glowing harpoon having Civic. Yes. Want to get a black EJ1? And I fucking want to get goddamn green underglow. Want to get the fucking wing. Want to get a fucking big shift knob. What's up, Cam? Says can't stay. All good, yeah. I'll tell you about it later. You ain't getting the surprise. You ain't getting the surprise. How's work going, Cam? How many leaf springs have you installed today? Come on, cigarette machine. Don't do this. Says we got 8 people in here. How many people we got in chat? We got Cam. We got Cam, Kev, Neutron, Young Big Quick. That's 4. Who are the fucking other 3 people chilling in the back? Y'all fucking ghost motherfuckers. Busy chat later. Have a good one, Cam. Kev says, I think I smoke one every time he rolls, and I smoke one every time he smokes. Neutron says the Charger was kept as a surprise in the movie, kind of like how Vin Diesel showed up at the very end with a Hemi Roadrunner in Tokyo Drift. Yeah, I think they were connecting the dots because like the first 2 movies happened, like, you know, first one obviously had, you know, Paul Walker, Vin Diesel. Second one, Vin Diesel was kind of lost, you know, like he wasn't in it, right? There's fucking Tyrese and Paul Walker and a bunch of B-list actors. Then the third one had none of them in it, except for at the very end it had Vin Diesel, you know? So it's kind of like weird. But in my opinion, you guys want my true opinion. The first 3 movies, like the second one pretty much sucks, honestly. That one was pretty really cringeworthy. But I'd say the first one and the third one are probably the only ones I really like, honestly. What's up, Mitch Shaw? How you doing? He says, I've just been listening while on lunch at work. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. What do you do for work, Mitch Shaw? Kev says, check out Craig Lieberman channel. Dude, I've watched his channel. Yeah, the guy that built all the Fast and the Furious cars. That channel is pretty on point, honestly. Yeah, the second one was disgusting. Put your blouse back on. Fucking Tyrese. I don't know if any of you guys fucking heard JSpec, where I get a lot of my parts from for the DC5, all the JDM parts, dude. Light has been shined on their business dealings, and apparently they're getting a lot of boosted parts. And I'm not talking turbo parts, I'm talking stolen cars and stolen parts, bro. You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy. Kev says, don't hate. He just hungry. We hungry, bro. So stupid. And both those cars, the Evo and that Eclipse, they're both ugly as fuck. At least in the third one, they had an Evo, that red one. That thing looked a lot cleaner than that green, cyber green, yellow, fucking weird gold green color. That car wasn't for me. I didn't like it. At least the red one looks semi-clean, you know? Mitch Shaw says, I ship out wings and whatnot for an aircraft company. Oh, weird. That sounds like a solid gig. But yeah, man, I can't believe JSpec. It's not looking good for him. You know, it's not been proven yet. But we're talking, there's this Facebook page where fucking people that in Japan that have their cars, their tuner cars stolen, they post up and tell people their story and like show pictures of their car. There was this EK9, this white EK9 Type R. Has a specific hood, body kit, red tow hook. That shit is on JSpec's website. They took it down too, which is even more suspect. Cap says JSpec getting put on blast right now. Even dude at JDM Ohio was talking about it today. Kev says doesn't help. They started deleting posts and comments on their shit. Exactly, dude. And they put up this big thing on their Facebook page like, it has been brought to our attention that some of our parts may have been bought off of a stolen car. We do not condone the act of stealing cars or car parts, yada, yada. And we will investigate this and yada, yada, yada. They are so fucked. And I swear on my life, swear on my fucking life, if any of my parts are stolen that I bought from them there and they happen to be stolen parts and, you know, sales records or something like FBI or fucking Interpol or whoever the fuck gets involved in that shit, and they fucking come knocking on my door like, hey, we're gonna need your engine and your front end and all your shit. I'm gonna be like, dude, you're fucking kidding me. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. Trying says, I heard about that. What happened? See, that's the shit, bro. That's the type of shit why I regret getting into the Honda game. I was so close, but don't regret it. Mitch Shaw says, that sucks about JSpec. I was wanting to get some parts from them. Kev says they blame their suppliers, but someone looked up their supply. Yeah, your car, bro. I watched his video and I watched Adam Ivel's video. Definitely good points. They're all registered the same dude. Yeah, it's like Karmanishki or some shit like that. I mean, I know these cats, not like friends, but, you know, I've bought so many parts off of them that, you know, I know Sam, and I've asked him, I was like, you guys have a ridiculous amount of fucking inventory. You know what I'm saying? You guys have like a warehouse just stock filled with shit. They have, I would say they have at least 500 engines in that warehouse. They have probably 500 front clips. They probably have 500 exhausts. They have 500 of everything, you know? The Fed's going to show up at them motherfuckers' doorsteps. If it's true, the Feds can definitely look up records and track the parts down. Man, I'm about to go take a ride over there one day and be like, what the fuck are y'all doing? What the fuck have y'all gotten into? and get court orders to take them back for evidence. Kev says it'll take a while for feds to actually do anything about it, though, because it's internet. Exactly, like, and getting Interpol involved and getting, you know, yeah, it'll take them a while. And none of this is proven, by the way. None of it's proven. Like, let's say, from what I was told, what Sam told me one time, I was like, where are you guys getting all this shit? He's like, auctions. Like, auctions, literally. He's like, we get paperwork, well, somewhat paperwork on engines and stuff like that to verify they came out of running cars and this and that, and not just some junkyard find or some shit like that. True though, Kev, but it can get done. It's been done before. I hope it's not true though. Yeah, I hope for my case. Dude, y'all would be dealing with a crazy person, bro. Somebody fucking showed up my doorstep like, hey, I gotta tell you, your fucking shit was, you bought stolen parts. I'd be like, excuse me? I'd be like, you fucking high. They're like, yeah, where's it at? We're towing it away. I'd be like, oh my God. I'm gonna go fucking ape shit berserker. Kev says, yeah, it'll be 5 years from now after they've closed up and gone bankrupt from the backlash before anyone gets nabbed for anything. See, this is a funny thing. There's always a witch hunt, you know? It's kind of like, let's say like the Me Too movement, for example. I'm not trying to get mad political or anything. Some of y'all probably think I'm a fucking misogynist or some shit like that. But let's say some famous person, let's say he did sexually harass some woman, right? He sexually harassed some woman, so she comes out and she barks and says, he raped me, whatever. So then it starts a trend. It's not always true. So let's say 16 other women are like, yo, I want some money and fame and I want some compensation, so I'm going to say the same thing, you know? Could be like that, you know? Could be a witch hunt, you know? But Neutron says that's suspect as fuck because you never seen a K20A, for example, at no auction. Japan auctions off, doesn't auction off engines, they auction. Well, that's what he probably meant, you know what I mean? They probably like, what they probably do, you can't import a DC5R. I mean, you can with some wiggle room. Certain states, you can somehow get it in the United States. There's a couple real true Type Rs in the United States, but you got to do some like fishy backdoor shit, is what it is. But they probably, let's say like a white DC5R comes up on the auction block, they buy it for $6,000 or however much, 10 grand or whatever the fuck. So then they get the whole car, they sell the front clip for $1,000, they sell the engine and the transmission for $4,200, they sell the wheels for $800 to $1,000, they sell the Brembos for about $1,000, they sell the interior and the seats for $1,000, they sell the dashboard for $400 or $500, the front clip, you know, whatever, the roof, the hatch, the bumpers, they make their money back, you know. But why I don't think that, the evidence is compelling. The evidence does point to the fact that they're probably in some sketchy shit. Why I don't think it could be it. Why I don't think it could be what it seems, bro. They straight tax out on their prices now. The way they treated me over those Volk CE28 SLs, bro, just for fun, I said I would pay them $2,000 for a set of Volk CE28 SLs. They were 18s. I didn't want them. I would have just bought them to flip, right? I wanted 17s. And plus the SL just looks garbage on the car. That color looks tacky as fuck. But they tax out, bro. He was trying to get $3,000 for used wheels. They cost $2,600 brand new. So fucking, that's insane. But two, if they were stolen wheels off a car, bro, you would take anything for them. You take $1,000 for them. You're trying to move stolen goods, right? So that's why I think it might not be what it seems. Maybe. But you never know, though. The evidence is compelling, though. True or not, they no doubt have taken a massive hit to business, but can't be good for them regardless. Oh, for sure. Kev says, or Cars and Flips, what's good? How you doing? Shades, my brother, what's going on? Kicking it, man. Fucking started the car up today. Got the whole fuel system done. Worked out some bugs. Took it for a drive. First drive in almost 2.5 months. About two months and a week, maybe. Needs a couple more things ironed out. Just a couple minor tweaks. Got to readjust dead times and fuel pressure, so the idle will be a little bit better. And then didn't have any leaks at the hose or anything, but fucking fuel pump ring on the hanger on the gas tank, I gotta tighten that up a little bit more. Yeah, Neutron's laughing. 3K. Dude, they had little teeny rock chips. I mean, they weren't curved or nothing, but like, it's a Volk CE20 at SL. $3,000 for a wheel that's used and has a little bit of minor defects. Fuck that. I told him for fun. I said, "Look, I got $2,000 today." That's what I told him, right? You know what he said? Best I could do. He did a 10% discount. I watched him on the calculator. He took $29.99 and then did like a 10 or 15% discount and bumped it down. He's like, "Yeah, best I could do is $27.50." I was like, "Do you know how much money I've spent here?" I was like, "Are you kidding me? That's hilarious." I was like, $27.50. That's the best you could do. $150 off. I looked at him and said that. And he's like, "Yeah, I guess we're too far apart on this. It's unfortunate." I was like, "Hey, at least we tried. Thanks, man." Walked out, suck a dick from the back. I was like, dude. I was like, I didn't want to buy them because they were 18s. 18s on RSX look bunk. 17 is the perfect size, but I was more doing homework because I wanted to see that wheel spec. Everything about the wheel spec was on point. It was an 18, but it was an 18 by 8.5 or 9 with a 45 offset, 5 by 114.3, and it had a 235 tire on it. So I was like, fucking, let's test fit these to make sure they clear the trailing arm in the back. And we did that, and they cleared fine. So it is what it is. What's up, Eric? That's right. True story. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to think they're not involved in some sketch shit, but the evidence, all the signs are pointing to sketch balls. For real, though. Ain't looking good for him. Ain't looking good for him. Kev says, didn't they have some bunk ass tires? Yeah, they had some like wannabe R comp tires on. They did not look good at all. They had about 50% tread wear left, but there were some no name fucking R comps. It wasn't no R888R. It wasn't no, Advan Yokohama 8008 or anything good. It was some bunk shit. Some tire brand I've never heard of. I told him that too. I was like, I mean, he's like, they got tires on them. That's why we're asking $3,000. I was like, these tires ain't shit. These tires got half life left and they're not even good tires. Probably noisy as fuck. I was like, regardless, if I were to buy these, some R888Rs on it. He's like, oh no, those are good tires. Anything to sell something. But yeah, I just found that whole thing hilarious. Dude, the funny thing is the engine, the clip, the Brembos, the fucking the wing, everything else, everything I've ever bought from them, they've worked on the price with me, you know? And I don't know if that's because it's funny. I take Pop with me. Pop's a negotiator. I don't know if it's because he's like a fucking crazy little mean little chihuahua or something. He'll bark at you. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker go off the chain. 5 grand. You're fucking retarded. We'll pay 4. That's how he is. Even the Type R wheels we got, they were asking like $8.99. And we were looking at him. He's like, they're in decent shape. He's like, they got curb marks. They're gonna need to be repowder coated. And then the guy was like, yeah, you could get them powder coated. Get this one powder coated. $150 a wheel. And he's like, all right, we'll take them. So then we roll them up to the front to pay, and they're like, that'll be $900 with tax or some shit. And he's like, how about you do $750 because motherfuckers need to get powder coated. And like, the fucking guy was like looking at his boss like, can we do that? And fucking the boss is like, yeah, sure, we can do that. What's up, Chris B? How you doing, man? Eric says, so, oh boy, it was like more. And Shade said, I should shake this rat from my neck. That's right. Kev says, because Pops knows the value of money and he ain't getting hustled. Ain't that the truth? Could you imagine the Fed show up at your house and tell you we need to take your car or you're going to jail for conspiracy to grand theft? What in the fuck? Oh, I'd bust out the camera real quick. And I'd pull out a law book. I'd pull out international embargoes and fucking Interpol shit. I'd be like, under this subsection -278-ABC, suck my dick from the back, you cannot obtain my car because I had no knowledge of this whatsoever. And fuck that. Kev says, quick, check the block number. It comes down, dude, if it comes down to, that's what my pop said. He's like, they ain't getting shit. And he's like, JDM shit doesn't even have VIN stickers on the parts. He's like, how are they going to verify that shit? It's painted a different color, yada, yada. He's like, the only thing they'd be able to take is probably the engine because it's got a block stamp. He's like, if it comes down to that, he's like, we'll take a goddamn cutoff wheel to that motherfucker and shave that bitch down. I was like, receiving stolen property, they'd bonk you in the ass. Get down on the ground, you have stolen JDM. Fucking Christ. No, I honestly think if JSpec is into this shit and they're like, they're into it, there's some sketch balls, I guarantee you what they're doing right now is shredding invoices. Like as we speak, they got it's fucking not almost 10 o'clock at night. They're over there, got the lights on, fucking shredding everything, fucking hitting the computers with a baseball bat. Neutron says that Kev noticed the VIN tag on the block. Yeah, well, did you know it's illegal? Is it really illegal to remove it? I did not know that. That's wild style. I did not know that. That's crazy. That's wild style. Taking a VIN tag off is illegal. I know modifying a VIN tag is illegal. Like the one you have up in your dash, like you can see it through the windshield on most Hondas. Changing that is, that's fraud. I didn't know if you just like, let's say your fucking engine didn't come, like let's say it didn't come with a VIN tag on the block, like somebody took it off or something. You know what I'm saying? Neutron says, yeah, it is. That's government shit, bud. Damn. Even on a JDM engine? Kev says, yeah, you can't remove VIN from dash or engine without getting inspection and approval to replace them with new tags. Interesting. Man, I might need to go talk to John real quick. Man, I hope for their sake, man, they'll have one pissed off neighborhood Jesus on their hands. That's all I gotta say. But like you said, Kev, just even if they are dirty, that whole warehouse probably ain't dirty. There's no way every single part was stolen property. Yeah, right. Neutron says exactly, Kev. DMV is the only ones that can do that. Damn. Wild style. Oh, excuse me. Wrong pipe. Man, that shit's wild style. Mind blowing. Dude, Adam Ivel's video was fucking straight comical. Like he's like digging through all the pictures and like posts and stuff. He's reading their fucking like their public service announcement on their Facebook page. It's like, it's been brought to our attention, we will stop this and make sure that, none of this is like foul play, yada yada. This motherfucker is like, he's like, no, you're not gonna stop it. You fucking been doing it for 5 years, you fucks. Adam Ivel's channel is fucking hilarious. That fool. People in the UK are funny as fuck, dude. Neutron says feds take the Kinsler's 163 head airflow fuel system. How the fuck could they take all? Yeah, right, dude. I'd be like, bitch, I bought it. Here's a picture of it. I'd be like, it didn't come with none of this. Y'all can suck these fucking nuts. Got me dead. I'd be like, you're fucking high, bud. Be like, last time I checked, it didn't come with a yellow valve cover. Last time I checked, didn't come with this fucking Skunk 2 shit. Didn't come with an Alpha Race header. Didn't come with a Groupium intake box. Didn't come with none of that shit. I'd be like, if y'all want to take the fucking Bayer blocking head and transmission, go for it. What's up, Mad Doctor? How you doing, man? They take his cigarette roller too, just to flat. Oh man, they took my engine or some shit, right? And then they just walked in my room and stole my Sig machine, dude. I'd be livid. Chris B says, you walk up to the K20, my germs. Just go up to the block. I licked it. You can't have it. They'd be like, the fuck? Oh man, that's great. That doctor says, chilling, brother. What you up to? Just kicking it, man. Had first startup, drove the car. Got to iron out a couple more little things. Nothing too big. Just got to readjust fuel pressure. Static fuel pressure needs to get bumped up by 5. Got to do the dead times over. And then fucking gas, the fuel pump ring to seal it to the gas tank needs to get tightened to just a cunt hair more. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Feds can seize anything at any point in time. They want only way to dispute is court. And if they sell or destroy your shit before court, tough shit. Mad Doctor says digging the beard look. Yeah, fucking haven't shaved in 2 months because I said to myself, I was like, I'm going straight neighborhood Jesus beard mode. Going Moses out this bitch until I get my car back up and running. So this is 2 months of no shaving. Neutron says they won't. They come for a whole car, but they ain't gonna remove the engine and disassemble it in your garage. Fuck that, dude. I will. Let's not even talk like that, bro. Let's not even talk like that. I'm not even gonna say what I'm gonna say. Y'all know what'll happen. That shit happens. That shit happens. Armageddon's coming out this motherfucker. And then they auction off his DC-5 for $1,000 to the bum down the street just to prove a point, man. Y'all got some jokes, man. Y'all don't want to see my game face. I will get straight Grizzly Adams out this motherfucker. I will. Oh my god, dude. I will go berserker mode. I'll fucking snickty turn into motherfucking Wolverine out this bitch. Act like I'm in prison working out, fucking doing pull-ups and fucking lifting goddamn cars with my fucking deadlifting fucking hatchbacks. Oh man, I will go ape shit. And his grandma's Fiat and say it was next to the stolen. It occupied the same oxygen supply. Shades has 200 wins in Fortnite. He'll slap that ass. Dude, I got more than 200 wins. I got a lot more than 200 wins. And dude, sad part is, this is the sad part. If I didn't get fucked over because of bunk teammates, random teammates, or just bullshit, dude, I probably have like 2,000 wins. I did the numbers on it, bro. 2,000 wins in Fortnite. That's fucked. That's like pro gamer level. SI, man, doctor says, if I send you one of my shirts, will you rock it? For sure. Free shirt's a free shirt, man. Speaking of free shirts, man, I gotta fucking get on my grind and get some shirts made. Kev says, I feel it, bro. If I didn't lose games, I would have won them. Well, I don't mean like if I wouldn't have lost, I would have won. I'm talking like top 3 finishes. You know what I mean? Like third or second place. Like just adding up my top 3s or top 5s, dude. All the bullshit that happens, like it'd be upwards in the mid-high 2000s. Neutron says, I got my ass beat by an 8-year-old last night. Little dude was a beast. Little Johnny. You had little Johnny. Dude, last night I fucked up some little Johnny so bad. I'm talking these fools were building and editing. They had a goddamn IKEA in the sky. And there was a bunch of times where it was 2-on-1. Like it was just me and my teammate. Cam was dead. And I'm literally taking on these 2 people. I was wrecking motherfuckers left and right. I was like, yeah, fucking all that building for what, Johnny? I get so fucking heated when I take out a little Johnny. I was like, yeah, I didn't have to build shit, and you came down here and got fucking wrecked. Oh my god. Mad Doctor says, bet, give us some time. I have custom just for you. I might even have in the back your car pick and your name. That'd be fucking gangster, dude. Fuck yeah. Kev says those little Adderall Mountain Dew cracked out Johnnies are tough. They really are, man. That's their life. Playing with their little hairless dicks and fucking buying Fortnite shit. Buying Fortnite skins. I gotta get the skin. $20 for a fucking fit. It's not even like an item, dude. Like, imagine, like, you know, back video games back in the day, you buy some, like, you know, a controller that you can hold. Or you buy, I don't know, a bike, a skateboard, some shit like that. You know what I mean? They're literally spending their mom and dad's hard-earned money to buy something that's intangible. A skin, an outfit, a skin, a character on a video game. Bro, I come from a time when there was no DLC. There was no, you bought the game for like $60 and you got everything. And if there was some special character, guess what you had to do? You had to fucking bust ass and play the game a whole bunch and unlock it. But now everything's pay to play. So stupid. Eric says true story. That's right. It's little Johnny's. For real, Kev, I was hearing him on his mic. Little dude must have been like 8 years old, and I ain't never seen a motherfucker build so fast and literally disappeared and was already behind me dead. Wait, how'd you hear him on your mic? When you're playing, you can only hear your teammates. I don't understand that, unless you were in like some creative mode or something. Kid was a monster. I was like, what the hell, bro? That's usually the consensus. That's usually how it goes. What in the fuck? Motherfuckers on crack. Dude, fucking, I saw something crazy. Neutron, I saw something crazy. Me and Cam died, and we were spectating the people that killed us. The bitch walked through a built wall. Like, she didn't edit through it or something like that. She literally walked through a solid wall. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I was like, what? What in the fuck is this? This motherfucker Christian. Look at this, what this motherfucker just sent me. I'm offended. Got the motherfucker from Bushwhacked. Oh, hell no. Yeah, wait, hold on, where we at? Awesome shit. Yeah, my daughter is getting to where she can build all crazy. Yeah, fucking Home Alone. Yeah, first one I thought I was Bushwhacked. Motherfucker takes the kids on a overnight camping trip, the Scouts or whatever. Y'all ever seen that movie? That movie's a fucking trip. This man says it's Marv. Marv. Tough. Where are we at? Cam's back. He says apparently if you're taking a wall, if you're facing north, it's easier to take the wall. Huh. Kev says he sent that shit earlier. I almost crashed the fit laughing. That's evil. That's evil, y'all. I ain't no goddamn Marv. Chris B says it's always a good time when you're cutting little Johnnies down on their prime. That's the truth. Was on a Cypher PK video. Neutron says creative mode is fun as hell. Yeah, I don't play much creative mode, honestly. Not really much of a point. Everybody wants to 1v1 in creative mode. I don't find that shit to be realistic at all. You got infinite mats, right? You got infinite mats. It's just not realistic. I don't know. That's my take on it. Which we've gone from talking about first startup to J-Spec possibly being Sketchy Boys to fucking Fortnite. Fucking Fortnite. Little Johnny's Utopia. The mini maps on creative are okay. Eric says, I don't care for that mode either. It's just boring. Like, it's where Johnny goes to flex. That's all it is. Bro, Build Wars. That's all they do. I'm trying to get to the little 8-year-old Johnny level. Dude, on a Nintendo Switch, that's going to be very impossible. Ask Eric. We used to get cheap. If we couldn't win in a PlayStation lobby, he'd take his daughter's Nintendo Switch, make it party leader so we get Nintendo Switch lobbies, and literally get 14 dubs a night. And literally, people on Nintendo Switch get fucking wrecked on. And the funny thing is, I was actually surprised when you and me party up the other night and you were actually getting kills on a Switch. I was like mad impressed. I was like, I wish you had a fucking mic. We'd actually be doing some real work. Eric says, haha, yes, we would wreck. Yes, we would. But it's just too easy. Like playing on the Switch servers, that's too easy. That shit's cheap. Kev says, laughing my ass off. You can do that so I can play on PC and slay console users. Yes and no. If you're playing by yourself and you're the server host, the lobby host, no, it's probably going to put you in a lobby with PC players. You might get some console players, but the real way to get the easy lobbies would be to get, like, you would have to have somebody in your party like me, and I would be party leader. So I'm hosting the lobby, and we're mostly getting PS4 players. Crispy says, little Johnny in the sky, I can build twice as high. Have a look. I'm going to shoot you in the ass. The reading rainbow. That's right. I wonder if J-Spec's actual website says anything. Oh, dude. Okay, there we go. I was like, it was pinwheeling for a hot minute. I was like, oh shit, they shut down their site. Like, wow. And I'll tell you one thing though, man. Fucking R32s, they are some of the highest prices R32s ever. They have one, they just got in a 95, 84,000 miles on it. And this motherfucker, they want 50 grand for this shit, bro. 50 grand. And it's not even all that. I've seen one they had that was 32 grand. This white one that was completely decked out. It was immaculate. It was a show car, literally. Engine bay and engine was like not a fucking scratch or a dirt mark on it at all. They wanted 32 for that one. They want 48 for this one. This one's not even all that. For real, though. That's crazy. Some sketch balls. Oh my God, if that's how it works, I'm about to start clapping Johnny's giving soccer moms PTSD. Oh my God. Some little Johnny's mom, she's in the living room or the kitchen or somewhere. She just hears, no! Johnny, honey, what's wrong? Fucking beat me. I'm a fucking legend. I fucking build 90 so sick. Johnny, calm down. No, Mom, I don't want a snack bag. Fuck you. It's pretty much how it goes down. That's how I imagine it. I know the mom's yelling at the little Johnnies in the background. It's hilarious. I'd be like, tell your fucking mom to shut the hell up and come revive me. Yeah, their fucking site. You type in DC5 in their search engine, dude. They have 4 white DC5R front clips, and they have, geez, they're raising their price on the engines, dude. They want 32.95 just for the engine. I got my engine and transmission for $4,000. Then for engine and transmission, they want $4,800, dude. That's some fuck shit. Kev says, Neutron says, I ordered thumb grips and a mic off Amazon. Nice. Kev says, feds are tracking him online, now gaining evidence that he's buying more sawn parts. Who, me? I was just looking to see if they had anything up on their site about everyone blasting them. Kev, you shut that mouth. Kev says, Jesus, dude, a K28 Type R is cheaper than a B18 Type R. Fuck my life. Yeah. Yo, what the fuck? Dude, there's a fucking page. There's a fucking Facebook group page called Expose JSpec Auto. This shit says yesterday, JSpec. Hi, this is Chris from JSpec Autosports. How may I help you? The guy says, yeah, hi, I was calling because I was curious how many stolen cars and parts you guys have in your inventory. Hangs up. Fuck. What is happening? Yo. I can vouch for this. I've seen that before. They have JSpec had this post on their Instagram, which was like these cardboard boxes filled with Japanese number plates. And they were like, looking for some awesome Japanese plates. We have tons of them, $40 for 10 of them. Dude, how could they possibly have that many Japanese license plates if something fishy wasn't going on? That's insane, dude. Kev says, bro, I bet you could get a 6 set of wheels right now. Just roll over and be like, yo, I got like 400 on them bulks. Dude, I wouldn't even, man. Like that would seem like enticement, but I don't even know how I feel about that. Man, that's fucked. That's some crazy shit right there. 7 hours ago, word from the inside, there have been detectives in the U.S. assigned to the case. A department has taken interest and someone has forwarded the share URL of this group. So make sure you guys aren't just posting fluff and what ifs. There's been some really good content posted and certain things have been archived nicely. Y'all gonna make me cry. All of you come from different states, countries, even different car types. It is really heartwarming to see JDM, KDM, USDM, EDM, and the like to come together and help in hopes that the less fortunate get at least some kind of justice. And at worst case scenario, at least people will be made aware of shady business practices and can take the necessary steps to protect themselves from falling victim to bad people profiting on stolen goods. Some guy commented and said 2 hours ago and said, "Is there somewhere to check to make sure the GTR I got from them wasn't stolen?" Edit: I got the car in October 2018. I've got over 100K. Dude, I think this is the guy with the white one I was talking about, the R32 that was 32 grand. It was immaculate. Dude, I'm pretty sure that's that guy. Hold on, let me see. I guarantee it's this one. Because that dude's car was in SEMA. Yeah. It wasn't a white one, it was a black one. Dude, I saw this car in person. This dude was buying, he has 4 different Skylines. It's got the Oleans sticker on the back quarter glass right there. Dude, I've seen this car in person. Beautiful car. And fucking this dude came in with like 40 grand in cash, bro, and bought like 4 different sets of wheels, some coilovers, like this and that. You know, but dude, I know this guy. He said he's a computer programmer and he works for Yahoo and he hacks hackers basically. He like is in like, you know, fucking cybersecurity, and that's how he makes so much money. But yeah, I've seen that car. I knew it was his. That's crazy, bro. He said, got the car in 2018. I've got over 100K in the car now, so I just want to check and make sure I'm not building a stolen car. Let's see. Garrett Riggs says, I saw guys saying they're getting the Carfax report for theirs, so I just purchased mine. Says it'll take up to 24 hours to have it available. Where can I get it? Do you know? I went to carbx.jp and made an account. Maybe others know a different site, but that is what it is. Ended up being like $33 to buy it. Thanks, just made an account and I'm purchasing it as well. Can you get a full history of a car? I bought mine in Japan when I was stationed there. Bought it from A86 specialty shop and drove it home, but I would like to know how many people owned it before me. Is it even possible? Stolen cars cannot be registered. Japanese import car come with the export certificate, which is only issued by vehicle registration department when vehicle is deregistered in Japan before export. So your local vehicle registration department must require that document to register the vehicle, and they confiscated that certificate. I'm sure law must not be too different where you are. If anything like England, you get around it. You can get cars titled in certain states with no paperwork. Unfortunately, U.S. doesn't communicate with other countries. Hell, not every state communicates with each other. That's bad, then. I only shared my experience. I have shipped a few cars from UK as well, where the original logbook is a must-have requirement for customs clearance and verification from approved authority regarding outstanding finance and theft. I thought the U.S. must have the same law, too. Damn. Kev says, I'd straight light myself on fire if I dumped 100 grand into a car and found out it was stolen. Oh my God. That'd be insane. It's just crazy. Like this shit says, dear customers, it has come to our attention that some items in our inventory may be linked to items from a stolen vehicle. We want to make it clear that J-Spec Auto does not condone the act of stealing parts and or vehicles. We do purchase our stock from reputable sources all around the world. And when a situation occurs where our practices are questioned, we most definitely want to cooperate and do our best possible in order to get to the bottom of it. J-Spec will continue to maintain our business operations while opening transparent lines of communication in order to help anyone affected in this matter. On our end, we have simply purchased stock as we always have, and if for any reason the items are linked to what may be considered stolen, we would like to extend our sincerest apologies and help in any way we can. This is not a representation of our company, as we would never participate in these actions willingly and knowingly. We pride ourselves on our passion and our care for JDM parts and vehicles. We would never associate ourselves with any business practice performed with malicious intent. J-Spec will be speaking with our suppliers and will be monitoring and investigating the issue on our end. Rest assured that if there were any actions down the chain of importation that do not fall in the line of our company values and business practices, we will ensure that it does not become a repeated issue again. On the blogs, what's good, bro? I'm shades casting, but you'd never get any of that 100 grand back if it ever got seized. Oh my God, I feel sorry for that guy. He bought so much shit from him, and it was all Skyline shit. He has 4 different R30. I think he has two R32s, an R33, and then an old Skyline or something like that. For real though. Eric says, I would take all the parts off that bitch before it got taken. Shit. Car would be on blocks gutted. Man. I don't think it's me personally, I don't think it's possible everything in their warehouse was stolen. It couldn't be. It's too much. I think the imported cars that raises some eyebrows. I'd say some of the front clips, like all these special. See, that's the thing. All these special front clips. You see that EK9 Type R front clip that's got special aero, but like a generic championship white DC5 front clip, you can't tell them apart. They're all the same. There's no numbers on them, you know? And I mean, yeah, like y'all were saying, like the engine or whatever, it's got a VIN blocked stamp tag on the back, and it's got the the engine type stamp on the front at the bottom right, and then it's got a serial number. I mean, I might just look into that and just run the number and see what we got, you know, just for a peace of mind for me, you know. Do my homework. So if anyone comes questioning me, I'll be like, I've already looked into it. I already got the car BX from Japan, and it wasn't a stolen car. So sorry, wrong guy. Let's see. Chris B says, dude, there's no way 100% of their inventory is hot. That's what I'm saying, dude. They have so much. They have so much. And it doesn't make sense. Any of you guys know somebody that stole something What do car thieves do? They flip Ferraris for 20 grand. They'll pay it. They'll get paid by a fence, somebody that will take the risk and hold on to the car and either sell it to somebody or clean the title, wash the title, change the VIN number, and sell it for 200 grand. But that person that stole the car, they're getting like 10, 20 grand. You know, they're getting a fraction of the price because it's hot. Who's going to sit on a warehouse of 500 plus engines, 500 clips, you know, X amount of right-hand drive imported cars and try to sell it for top dollar? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? That's really not making much sense. That's what I think. I don't know. But yeah, the evidence, you know, the signs pointing to are compelling. I'm not gonna lie. All those special cars, those Sylvia front ends and that EK9 Type R front end, that's very unique. You don't see that shit every day. Is pretty compelling. It's not looking good for him. Is it going to affect me? Probably not. Hopefully. Eric says to make it look like nothing is wrong. But like, if a car was stolen, they'd have to have some type of a hell of a system to be importing cars and parts that were off a stolen car. You know what I mean? Like, because you got to have paperwork. You have to have fucking paperwork. Pretty sure. To make it look like nothing's wrong. Not making. Not making. Joe, you're not making any sense. Not making. Y'all. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what all comes of it. We will see what comes of it. I mean, I'm kind of eager to see what's going to happen to them. Like, they're going to get investigated, you know, this or that. Neutron, I don't know if you're still in the chat or not. Got a random question for you. Let's say you buy a 4-piston engine, right? You buy a 4-piston engine, a complete engine, whole crate engine, ready to go. Does it have a VIN number on it? Like, what do you do about that? Or does it have some kind of marking that's like, hey, this is a racing engine, or this is a repurposed, reconditioned engine, or some shit like that, you know? Like, what's the deal with that? Chris B says they would have to have an inside guy at the Department of Motor Vehicles. Neutron says, I bet they do got stolen goods. Problem is, if just one thing is stolen, the feds investigate everything. Some wild style kids. I can't believe that shit. It's got a 4-piston engraving. I get that. I know it's got like an engraving on it, but like, what do you do about a VIN tag? You know what I'm saying? Is there, you don't have to have a VIN tag on it? That's some wild style. This shit is crazy, guys. Wild style. Oh my god, dude. People are roasting them. Technically, it should. Now, a four piston doesn't leave them on the block. I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, you're buying like if you buy a crate engine, it don't matter if it's like a LS crate or some kind of crate engine. Like it's a crate engine. You got record of buying the crate engine, so they got a picture on their site of a B16B Civic Type R motor. They're trying to get $4,300 for it. Somebody, the first goddamn comment says only $42.99 for this mint VTEC is more than a bargain. It's as if it's as if it had been carried by the previous owner until recently. I wonder how much the purchase price was. Fuck. Nothing because it's stolen. Damn. People are putting these fools on blast. This guy says, wait, this engine is stolen? What the fuck? Well, if it's stolen, why would they ask? Why would the price be so high? Just asking for a friend. Some guy says, I could get this for $800 in Phoenix and it was stolen as well. Fuck. $100 says theoretically, if four piston makes you ahead, it's probably completely illegal. Does it matter if it has a VIN on it still? Well, they have street motors like four piston, the K310 or so. I don't know the serial, the model numbers, but they have a 2.4 liter K series K24 street motor, and it's like $9,000 or whatever it is, and it has a ported head on it, and it's like just a straight up K24, no funny business. Neutron says anyone that names their company something like J Spec is sketch. Fuck. I didn't think it was that bad of a name. It's not the best name. It's definitely not the worst name, but yeah, J Spec. Oh. Oh wow. Okay, you guys ready for the cherry on the fucking cake? Bro, the embossing, well, like the opposite of engine block stamp, like embossing's raised, but like lowered, like a stamp. Dude, look at the last number. Look at that. Look how deep the engraving is, the stamping is on these, the width. Looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good. This looks a cunt hair, not as deep and not as wide. And it looks offset as fuck. Am I just crazy or does that shit look different? Y'all tell me. Even looks like it's spaced a little bit different. It's not as tall too. That's fucked. That looks different. That 8 looks fucking suspect. That looks suspect as a bitch. Neutron says my B16A is the same. Is it the same way? Okay, never mind. Well, all right then. Fair enough. I don't have any B series. Shit, I'll go check my K28 stamp, see if it's the same way. But yeah, fucking that 8 looks straight suspect. I'm not gonna lie. It's like that looks spaced over too far to the right, not as tall, not as deep. Doesn't look good. But if that's the way they come, it is what it is. But it does look suspect. Kev says, what's the specs on your B16? Yeah, what are they? Want to know. Yeah, Honda Block says spacing looks. That's what I'm saying. It looks too far to the right, and it's a cunt hair, not as tall, and it's not as deep of a engraving, a stamp. Legendary Wet Bandit. Motherfucking Home Alone, dude. Neutron says it's a turbo motor, 9.8 to 1 compression. Kev says, damn it, Wiseco pistons, mainly turbo tough rods, king bearings, etc. 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 Yeah, any of you guys that haven't seen so far, obviously I haven't released a video yet, but some of you guys that have been watching on Instagram, this is where I found the spot to mount the fucking fuel filter, so I didn't have no clearance issues. Fucking tie bar underneath the power steering rack under the inner tie rod. Killer place for it, Gina. Killer fucking place for it. That's right. Winning. Neutron says 4-piston ported oil pump as well. Kev says I can't do boost. Want to yank the B16 for ITR swap. Do it, Gina. Also, my B16 also has wonky looking stamp on the last 2 numbers. But see, that's weird. Why do some of them it's the last number that looks wonky, and then like yours, the last 2 numbers, both of the last numbers look wonky? It's weird, It's odd. Definitely odd. Neutron says, why can't you do boost? Hey man, some of us don't got time and money to be big boys and build fully built engines and shit. Some of us want reliable cars. I guess turbo cars can be reliable, but it is more finicky maintenance. Blowing off couplers, fucking boost leak, boost creep, fucking torque steering into ditches. Kev says it's an original VIN match and engine plus car, so it seems like factory offsets last two numbers. Interesting. Chris Millington, what's good? He says boost is way overrated. It's got its purpose, but for a daily, man, I don't know. For a daily, that shit seems like it'd be a headache. Be chasing your tail every fucking couple of drives. It seems like the only way you can make it reliable is if you're dumping money, just quality parts and just overcompensating, getting this type of coupler, getting super top-notch parts, you know? Super top-notch. Cam says boost is awesome. I mean, I'm not saying boost isn't awesome, but I mean, it's definitely more to it, you know? More things that could go wrong. Kev says B16 trans open diff plus boost equals undrivable zero traction. B18C can be flat foot wide open throttle 20. That's exactly it, man. It's more on the street. It's more usable. Like, yeah, it doesn't make as much power, but you can have more fun with it. Like, what can you do with a 400 horsepower turbo car? You literally get the fucking rip on it for like a few seconds, then you're like, oh shit, I'm going 100 miles an hour. I got to slow down. I'm going 110 in a 45. Boost is king, bro. It's the future. The future is now. I mean, dude, turbo cars have been around for fucking ever. It's nothing new. Or I'd say high comp all motor cars are the future. A fucking Honda, fucking 4-cylinder Honda. You know what I mean? Making 400 or 500 horsepower. That's the future. That shit wasn't possible 20 years ago. Boosted cars are far from reliable. You have to constantly maintain your car. Cam says overpowered is crazy. Fry tires. Yeah, it just seems like more money, more headaches, more money. Not true, bro. Budget B and K series on boost all the time and very reliable. But how's it budget? You ain't gonna throw no eBay turbo on a fucking K series, and that shit's just gonna fucking be smooth sailing. You know what I mean? You're gonna have issues. Kev says 400 wheel horsepower equals one good third gear pull that hooks a month. Neutron says humble performance example have debunked that mentality. I mean, my fucking tech says the same thing. He had a turbo RSX and he's like, man, it's so reliable. No, it's actually true. Ask any real mechanic and I'll tell you a boost a car will not last as long as. Oh, it'll definitely not last as long as an NA car. You're pushing the motor more. I mean, that could be with an NA car too, though. That's the funny thing. High comp all motor. The more you're flooring it, the more you're revving it, the more you're wearing out the engine. Neutron says bonus stock K20A2 makes 600 plus all day, bro. But it don't matter how much power you have, you always crave for more. Yeah, that's always the case. But no, Neutron, I'm not saying it doesn't reliably make power. I'm saying having a boost control or having, fucking extra, like fucking tying into extra vacuum lines, couplers, fucking wastegate, fucking turbo shaft play, fucking there's a whole bunch of variables that could go wrong. You know what I mean? That could go wrong. It's more potential for vulnerability is what I'm saying. I'm not saying they fucking make 600 horsepower on fucking stock internals. I get that. That's not what I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying it's fucking more troublematic. A good turbo kit that uses decent parts will run you at least 3,500, and that's on the cheap side, far from budget. Neutron says boosted cars are way more reliable and more pleasant to drive than an all-motor high comp engine. The only thing that really matters is how drivable it is. What can go wrong with a high comp motor? Yeah, I guess, man. I don't know. I feel like blowing off couplers every fucking week. I fucking when you say high comp, what are we talking? 14 or 15 to 1 as opposed to 11.5 to 12.5 to 1? I doubt that, bro. Chris Mountain says you don't need a lot of power in a car, let alone a Honda, period. Unless you're tracking the car a lot. Neutron says they don't know, Cam. They ain't tasted the other side. I mean, I've been in boosted cars and they fucking ran fun, but a lot of people's turbo builds back in the day on B series and shit like that, they would have issues, you know? And they weren't using like super cheap eBay shit. They were using like middle of the road shit, you know? Maybe $4 or $5 grand in the whole setup, but I don't know. You slap a K20A, stock K20A, and an EG, that is way more fucking usable than a fucking 600 horsepower, 400 to 600 horsepower K series on the street, bro. Let's see. Chris Mellon says that's simply your opinion, Neutron, not facts. Neutron says yes, 11.5 to 1 is not considered high comp. You're still running pump gas. Cam says high comp, big cam, and no 50. Yeah, but that's a straight drag car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree with you there. They're going to be it's going to be more temperamental because it's fucking yanking more because it's all motor. I mean, a fucking turbo is basically a giant air compressor strapped to your engine, which how it makes power is completely reliable. But you're missing my point, guys. Cam and fucking Neutron, you're missing my point. Do you have couplers? Do you have a bunch of intercooler piping and all this shit, boost controller, wastegate, all this stuff that could, listen closely, could go wrong? That's all I'm saying. Neutron says, oh, it's definitely facts, bro. Kev says, I've tasted it and I like usable traction on the street. Cam says, plenty of usable power in boosted applications. Throttle control is key. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like you said, throttle control is key. Like you're on a Magnuson supercharger making fucking 12 pounds off boost off fucking rip. You can't just floor it, you know? Chris Millington says, you clearly don't know me and what I have nor not have. Wait, what? You clearly don't know me and what I have nor not have and have driven. Nobody knows anybody here. Oh, I know you, Cam. Eating your fucking beef jerky. Kev says Shades is saying there's more parts to a boosted car, which means more could get. Somebody got it. Somebody got the memo. Oh my god. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the boosted car. I'm not saying it doesn't make power reliably because it absolutely does. A turbo is a fucking air compressor. That shit makes tons of power. Forced induction makes the most power, you know? But what I'm saying is there's more variables, more parts. Exactly. Thank you. Cam says, oh, I know you too. You're basing your opinion that turbo cars aren't reliable. Bro, what is wrong with you? You're not even listening. It's not just a coupler. You could have boost creep. You could have boost leaks. You could have the fucking shaft on the turbo fucking take a shit. Burning fucking oil. Fucking, that's what I'm saying. It's just vulnerability. That's all I'm saying. There's more parts. There's more components. Something could take a shit. Something could take a shit on an NA car too, Nothing like an engine bay that's crammed full of components. What I'm saying is if you depend on more parts, like, your setup, whatever it is, like same thing with a nitrous build. Same thing with a fucking nitrous build. Let's say a nitro all motor build. If you have, this solenoid, this jet, this fucking purge valve, this line, all that stuff, it's the same thing. More parts you have, more you fuck with stuff, and more parts you have on the car that aren't proven, you know? Chris Melton says they clearly don't realize a turbocharged motor is not as reliable as basic NA period, but the facts are a turbo car will have more needs and maintenance requirements versus an NA car. Well, that's a misconception. If everything goes correctly, actually a turbo car is more reliable than an all motor because it makes more power, But I'm saying if something goes wrong, there's more vulnerability. That's all I'm saying. I'm about to go aggro over here. I crammed 736 RGB neon strips on my engine bay, 100% reliable. Cam says, I ain't got much room in my engine bay at all. Neutron, learn your facts first before you're sounding ignorant, bro. You're being hurt over a subject that you know nothing about. Damn, Gina. We got cat fights in the chat tonight. All I'm saying is if you got more components, if they work correctly, it is reliable. But if you blow a coupler, you got a fucking wastegate issue, you got a boost creep, boost leak, any of that shit, it's more headaches. That's all I'm saying. But if everything's put together solidly, it's all quality parts, I guess it's fine. There we go. GG. ah, 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 ah. The man with the blue wrench. Just straight whap somebody with a blue wrench. Tough. Kev's got the pussy playing with the fucking ball of yarn. This man straight blue wrenched him. Said, I've had enough of this. Fuck. Cam says the higher the quality, the more reliable it is. Well, yeah, for sure. Quality parts are always going to perform better than shitty parts. I get all that. But you guys, Cam and Neutron, do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand? You act like I'm like, oh, turbo's no good. It's not what I'm saying at all. If you can take a stock K20A2 and make 620 pounds of boost, that's pretty fucking great. Not fucking disagreeing with you there. All I'm saying is you got more parts. Okay? More parts. As long as they're good, they're good. But if they go down the fucking rabbit hole and take a shit, it ain't like you're just gonna like, it's not like how do I describe it? Let's say you had just a stock car. Your car starts acting up, it stalls out. You fucking have like 4 options to see what's going on with it. You know what I mean? But with a turbo car, there's a lot more gray area for what it could be. You got to check a bunch of shit, And all I'm saying also is fucking all motor on the street, man. You're daily driving a car. I agree with Kev on it, man. You're gonna be able to use a fucking all motor car a lot more. You're gonna have a lot more fun with it than, you know, a turbo car, 400, 500, 600 horsepower. You can't even use it. Like if you're hitting it, if it's a drag car, you're gonna have a ball. But where are you gonna go to really truly stretch that car's legs? It's making 600 horsepower and 20 pounds of boost. Fucking, what are you gonna do with it? Get a couple pulls in, go 120, and you're like, I'm in a fucking 45, bro. Better calm down. Cam says money, 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 money. Nitron says definitely takes more money to build an all motor car for sure. Honestly, man, you build an all motor car. If you're trying to make the same power as turbo, if you're trying to make the same power, let's say 400 horsepower. Let's say 400 horsepower all motor high comp, you know, versus 400 horsepower with a turbo built, absolutely. But either one's going to be expensive as fuck. You're probably going to spend 10 to 12 grand in a fucking nasty turbo setup, and you're probably going to spend 10 to 12 grand for a fucking nasty all motor build. The only difference is the all motor build doesn't make as much power. You know, realistically, you're going to spend $10,000 either way, unless you're going eBay parts. Chris B says, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Is it necessary to drink my own urine? No, but it's sterile and I like the taste. That movie's so fucked. Cam says takes big bucks NA or boosted. Exactly. Turbo is going to be more economical. You want to take your 10 grand and make 400, 500, 600 horsepower? Absolutely. But building anything's expensive, you know? Screw. What's good, man? He says cheap, fast, reliable. Pick two. You don't get all three. There you go. Kev says, I'm lightweight upset. We all spent money to see that movie. Fucking Ben Stiller's character in that movie is so fucking funny. Cram it up your cram hole, LaFleur. I haven't thought about that movie in a hot minute. Cam says, I'd say mine is fast, quick, and reliable. I'm pretty sure those first two are the same thing. It's definitely not cheap. Screw says R.I.P. Jerry Stiller. But yeah, the whole all motor turbo debate, it'll go on forever, guys. It'll go on forever. Me personally, I think all motor for a daily driven car, unless you're doing like boost by gear or something like that, and you're kind of like walking on eggshells with a turbo build. Like if you were to want to drive the car and enjoy it like an all motor car, that'd be very difficult. You get yourself in trouble real fucking quick. Love Jerry and King of Queens, dude. Like 10K goes quick on all motor build. Takes like 20K realistically to build a car after you add in all the little things. Oh, for sure. I've spent way more than 20K on my car. Way more. Easily. Yeah, but I mean, 10K goes quick in a quality turbo build. It's more than 10K. If you're getting top of the line parts, it's gonna be expensive. Cam says, "Got to go back to work later." People, have a good one, Cam. Neutron says, "I have 30K in mine and climbing." Yeah, and the CRX. Yeah, no, I believe it. Definitely. In conclusion, guys, you're building a project car, you're building some car you like to toy around with, fucking dick around with. It's going to be expensive no matter what it is. It's going to be expensive. If you want to go the all motor route and spend more money to try to make as much power as turbo, which is impossible, you ain't going to make no 600 horsepower on all motor. Ain't happening. If you're 4-piston, you might make 500 on fucking M5, and you got to change the fucking valve springs and retainers every fucking 5 passes. But if you're building, let's say we're shooting for 300 horsepower. Let's talk about 300 horsepower, whether it's 300 horsepower all motor or 300 horsepower turbo build. You're going to spend money either way. Money is money. Kev said, "I've spent 10K in 45 days and I still have a clapped out B16 Delta." See, a prime example. There you go. You spent 10K in 45 days and you still have a clapped out Del Sol. Man, I've spent a bunch of money. Whole bunch of money. God damn, Gina. Neutron says, "You think that all motor 500 horsepower, all motor is 4-piston is more reliable?" No, not at all. You know how hard it is to get 500 out of an all motor build? Bro, you need to read between the lines, Neutron. They got to rebuild the engine every season. Exactly. They got to change the fucking valve train every 5-10 passes. Kev says for one pass, maybe, or detune to 200. Dude, you couldn't even detune that motherfucker to 200 horsepower. That motherfucker's set up for fucking skyrockets in flight. They might be able to pull a little bit of timing out of that motherfucker and switch it there. Well, I don't even think the way those cars are, they'd have to pull a shitload of timing out of it. And maybe they could run it on like E85. I don't even 14, 15 to 1 compression. Probably got to run M5. Going through tensioners every pass. Exactly. I'm not, dude. You kind of got me annoyed, Neutron. You're not listening. I get turbo makes more reliable power. I was just saying the whole thing that when you got more parts to make that power, fucking, you got more vulnerability. That's all I'm saying. If shit goes wrong, it goes wrong. If it's quality and it's put together well and it lasts, then yeah, it makes more reliable power. For sure. True fucking story. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Where are all these content creators? Let's see. I don't know about you guys, but dude, it seems like fucking, I don't know, the content. I haven't been watching hardly any fucking YouTube. Other than like Honda vlogs and maybe like Young Static. That's about it. And let's see if we got any fucking any Hondas up for sale. Kev says there hasn't been good shit on YouTube in a month. Feels like it's been longer than a month, dude. I swear. Yo, a fucking 2009 Honda Fit, new state inspection, $4,000. What? 141,000 miles on it. The real question is no, it's an automatic. Fuck that. I see what you're saying, but simply can't rule out the reliability of a setup because you have the potential of blowing a vacuum on or a coupler. You get me? All I'm saying. That's the point I was trying to make to Dick Face before I threw the wrench at the fool. Rise Gaming says, so idle problem wasn't fixed. I didn't say the O2 sensor. Bro, nobody fucking listens. I didn't say the O2 sensor was going to fix your idle problem. I said if you have a bank one sensor one code, you should probably get that replaced because that's affecting your air fuel ratio and that fucking affects your fuel economy, how good the car does on gas. The idle air control valve needs to get cleaned or replaced or deleted. Nobody listens. Differences in opinions, I guess. Bro, an issue is an issue. It don't matter if it's a coupler, if it's a vacuum leak, if it's a boost leak, if it's a fucking boost creep. You got a fucking boost controller that's faulty. You got a fucked up fuel pressure regulator. You know, that's what I'm saying. More parts that are not OEM as well. Even OEM parts fail too, but aftermarket parts, whether it's NA or turbo, that's like tomorrow if my fuel pressure regulator took a shit. Do you know how fucked I would be while I'm driving? Definitely, I see what you're saying, but more potential of things failing. But I don't know, just don't buy shitty parts. You get me? For sure, but you know what I'm saying is, let's say your typical RSX setup, bolt-ons, full bolt-ons. You know, fucking race header, exhaust, intake, maybe a manifold and a throttle body, and a fucking K-Pro. You know, that's a pretty bulletproof setup. You know what I mean? You're gonna be able to drive that bitch, take it on road trips, do whatever the fuck you want with it. But let's say like a turbo build, for the amount of money you spent on that. So you got like $1,300 for a K-Pro, $1,500 for the bolt-ons, whatever much. So you got like $3,000 in it. If you bought a $3,000 turbo kit, basically like a CX Racing turbo kit, I guarantee you something's gonna go wrong. I will bet fucking money on it. Whether that be turbo shaft play, scoring the fucking housing, or smoking, or blowing off couplers, fucked up boost controller, who knows what. That's what I mean by less headaches, you know? Sure, if you buy some $15,000 turbo setup with just the best parts money can fucking buy, you run it on 10, 12 pounds, make 3, 4, high 300s, fucking low 400s, like for sure, it's going to be fire. And it'll be reliable if it holds together. But can you use, in a front wheel drive car, bro, 400 horsepower is like no drivability. If it's a straight line drag car, it's going to be great. But if it's like a fucking circuit car or a daily driven car that you like to fucking beat around on, like, dude, you're going to be torque steering everywhere. You'll have to run boost by gear to even get some drivability out of it. Like if you had a 10-pound wastegate spring and you weren't going off boost by gear, 10 pounds in every gear, no drivability. No drivability. You can't just like floor that bitch. Sheepy Race turbo kit all day. Yeah, Sheepy makes good stuff. KLM makes good stuff. KLM's actually here in Richmond, by the way. Kev says, I just don't like pussyfooting around to keep. Exactly. You know, it's like Cam said, you got to have more throttle control. That's pussyfooting. Like, oh, got to really ease on the throttle. Because if I don't ease on the throttle, this motherfucker's going to start spinning, roasting tires and shit. Let's say a turbo car. Let's say you're going around a right-hand bend. You're at a stop sign. You're about to take a right. Mash that bitch. Floor it. See what happens. That's not a bad daily. That'd be a halfway decent daily. Fucking 2011 CRZ manual. Fucking $5,000. 141,000 miles. That'd be a halfway decent daily. Black. Dude, that thing looks pretty fucking clean. I'm not a fan of the whole CRZ hybrid setup or whatever, but fucking econ mode. Neutron says, you ever driven a turbo car, Kev? Kev says, I've owned several. You got to admit, it's so fun playing with the boost. Not having traction is not a good thing. Like, if you're going for, like, just ripping it, burning out, fucking roasting tires, throwing money out the window, sure, that's fun. I like to save my tires, honestly. Dude, you know how expensive fucking R-Comp tires are? They're not cheap. I can't even imagine how much money I'm going to be spending when I get 17 by 9s, a wider wheel, and getting like a 235. Dude, that alone, going from a 17 by 7 215 to a 17 by 9 235 tire, dude, that adds like $350 to the fucking cost of the tires. It's fucking absurd. Kev says, boost is definitely addicting. Yes, I just prefer whipping around everywhere, wide open throttle at 7K. Hey, it can just more usable power band, you know? You build so much fucking power quickly with a turbo. You can't rip it as much, you know? You get up to fucking excessive speeds really fast, and it feels like a roller coaster. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Not knocking that. If we didn't have laws on the roads, I'd build a turbo car tomorrow. What I'm saying is playing with it, like feeling the turbo start to suck you into the seat, just playing around. So much fun, man. It makes such. No, that's definitely fun as fuck. It's like being on a roller coaster, being on a fucking rocket ship, but on a fucking street. That doesn't last as long. You know what I mean? Like, prime example. Let's say you did a first gear pull in a turbo car, right? Versus a first gear pull in like my car, right? K28 Type R, 9,500 RPMs. Okay. Let's say there's a cop behind you. Like, let's say a cop's like, I don't know, an eighth of a mile back, a couple 100 feet away, whatever. Let's say you did that first gear pull to red line in a turbo car versus first gear pull in a fucking all motor K20A. I've fucking gone by a cop doing a first to second gear pull, chirp tires, and he didn't even pull me over. I'm surprised he didn't pull me over, but in a turbo car, you'd be roasting some tires, dude. Kev says, oh yeah, hands down, I just prefer an all-wheel drive platform for boost. For sure. Neutron says, I have a RT four-wheel drive wagon, Kev. See, that's the perfect platform for boost. You don't got to worry about that fucking torque steer. in a front wheel drive car, it's making excesses of at least 350 horsepower. Fuck. Let's see. Oh, guys, fucking, you want to hear something funny? My fucking old manager from the upholstery shop called up my pop's body shop today. He was like, "Hey, I have two 1970s Volkswagen buses. Would you do body work and paint on them?" He was like, "No." I was like, "That's right, bitch. Take that shit elsewhere. You old micro bus having ass." I have a fake all-wheel drive 5-speed CRV winning. Honda Civic Si Turbo, $2,500. What? Hi. Brother got a nice little Honda Si. I was looking trade mostly. Honda 105 millimeter or MML turbo kit from eBay. EPU systems, 30 PSI version, tune ready. Came with PC for tune. Yeah. Low bumper for racing. Loud exhaust. When he spelled it wrong. Adding 5 horsepower more. 2008, 200 plus thousand miles. But she runs good, man. Got the turbo that helps with fat people inside. Are you fucking kidding me? Tom. Please, no lowball offer, okay? Nice car for a negotiation, too. Phone number. Dude, this fool's selling a FB6 for $2,500 that has a turbo. An eBay turbo. Sounds like a horrible idea. $2,500, bro. That bitch has got to be stolen or about to die. That's right, a microbus. Fucking manager loves them Volkswagen. Those shits are trash. Call the number. It's probably the J spec. No, it's not. It's a fucking Craigslist ad. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Anything? Nothing. Only thing I saw that I liked was that CRZ. That bitch is $5,900, basically $6,000. That'd be a good daily though, man. And one day we could K28 swap it, K24 swap it. It'd be fucking fire. They have an EP3. Same people have an EP3. Ugh, K28 so bad. I think the EP3 though, if you K24 swap an EP3, that'd probably be a pretty fucking fun car. That'd be a badass daily. I agree, Shays. The wagon has the potential of being the same level with the Evos and STIs. Because the all-wheel drive, if Honda would have kept the wagon tech in all their cars, we'd be sitting much higher. Cash says, I couldn't daily drive a CRZ. Can't see shit. No storage, hybrid system. Probably beat. Hate EP3 solely for the shifter location. Dude, you don't like the shifter location? The shifter look that's an OG Honda technology, like, innovation, like craft. Dude, all the old CVCCs, that's where they had the shifter was up in the dash. I like that. That's like some like almost like rally-esque shit right there. Like you got your fucking hands on the wheels like right here. That's fucking cool to me. I like it. I always liked EP3s, like, obviously the if you look at the chassis, it almost looks like a shrunken Honda Odyssey or some shit like that. But at the same time, it's almost like if a Honda Odyssey and like a fucking CRX had a fucked up 3-headed baby or something. You know what I mean? Like it just looks strange. It does. I don't think it looks bad though. I really don't, especially when you put some like decent wheels on it and you put some tasteful, body modifications, like nothing crazy, nothing like we're not putting fucking canards and fucking underglow on the shit or something. Neutron says, really, Kev? I kind of like the shifter location. Screw says two-door fit. Yeah, I like having my arm lower resting for daily driving at the track, sure, but daily driver killer on the arm. Yeah, but you only gotta shift. You only gotta shift every now and then, especially if you're daily driving. If you were to swap that bitch, if you were to swap that bitch and put in a 6 speed, you wouldn't have to shift ever, unless you were coming to a stop, at a stoplight or something. Put that bitch in 6th gear, cruising, bog out everywhere. See what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. Exactly. Everybody's different. My GK5 is a miniature Odyssey. I drive 300 miles a day. Haha, tons of shifting even in the 6 speed fit. You drive 300 miles a day? Are you fucking with me? Why? That's a lot of miles, dude. 300 a day? What do you got going on? You a truck driver in a bit? Neutron says it's a shame the EP3 only brought the A3 trash. But they didn't. The EP3 didn't only bring the A3. It brought the K20A. The JDM variant has a fucking EP3 K20A. Like all the JDM variants, man, they brought their fucking A game and then some more. DC5R, fucking EP3 Type R, fucking EK9 Type R. The list goes on. Fucking FD2, all fire. Work, LOL, 30Ks miles on the fit in 9 months. Jesus. Dude, I could not drive. Like, are you saying 300 miles each way or 300 miles like round trip? Like, you go to work 150 miles? Jesus. That's crazy. 150 miles, dude. I'm gonna go get me a beverage. y'all. All right, where am I at? Where are we at? I'm still laughing at the Sticky Bandit reference. Fucking Marv. Fucking Marv. Here, well, I got a second. I'm going to change those dead times for 50 PSI so then I can just press the upload button on the shit. That way I ain't got to fuck around in the car. You know what I'm saying. God, I hate PC. Gonna drop ship you a mini refrigerator for your birthday. Dude, I feel like that would get me in like trouble drinking so many sodas. Like, not even gonna lie. Just got them right here, like under the fucking desk. Just like, good to go. That would help with gaming. All right, let's see this. Dude, for real, if you had a mini fridge and a toaster oven for Hot Pockets, we could get Shades 24 experience. Fucking, dude, I don't even fuck with Hot Pockets. I know that's probably a surprise. Like, dude, you don't like Hot Pockets? Dude, Hot Pockets is a good way to burn your fucking mouth. Those motherfuckers are ridiculous. Reopen. K20A. Whoa. It's like an automatic click. I don't know what the fuck that was about. I'm not sure what I was about to say. So when I fucking plugged in the computer and like data logged, like the live action, I think that's what's that button called? Yeah, stop data logging. Fucking whatchamacallit. The ethanol content sensor absolutely works. And it said my gas had exactly 10% ethanol in it, which is quite ironic, because they say up to 10%. So they're right at the cusp of 10%. It said 8, then it said 9, then it said 10, and it just stayed at 10. That's why it says caution hot on the bottom. I know, man, but you let that bitch sit for a little bit. It's still fucking hot. Burn your fucking roof of your mouth off. For real, though. Let's see. We're going to go to fuel injectors. Injector voltage compensation. Now let's get our... I have one next to my bed. I got to replace the same compressor. Makes a weird noise from time to time. Bought it new like 7 years ago. Keeps all the beers ice cold still. Hey, there you go. There you go. All right, so if we're setting static pressure at 50 instead of 45, we need to change this one. 2.02. 2.02. I can change this one to 1.43. This one needs to be 1.13. Oh, we need to change it to 804 cc instead of 762. What was 804 cc? Yeah. 804 cc. Enter. Oh, we got 14 volts. 0.81. 50.71. Okay, let me check that again. 2.02, 1.43, 1.13, 0.81, 0.71. Booyah. That was 804 cc at 50. 804 is 50 psi. Booyah. Let's see. Where are we at? Neutron says, so what are you going to do for E85 hitting up VP? To get tuned? Yeah, I think so. They have it at the fucking blah, blah, blah. They have it at the fucking dyno shop. They have VP E85 and they have E98. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And then, you know, I don't plan on, the funny thing is I don't plan on running E85 in the car like all the time. It's going to be like, you know, every now and then, and that'll keep the fuel system good too. Like you were saying, run some E85 in it, have some fun, and then fucking run pump gas in it to clean it out, you know, keep the fuel system in good shape. Stock K20 with injectors on pump. You can totally tune yourself 100%. Yeah, the fuel trim, like the fuel trim, I got no problem with the fuel trim. I mean, that's just literally just fucking trial and error. Oh, it's rich here, it's lean there. It's rich here, it's lean there. 10% here, you know, whatever. That's not a problem. But this K28 base map I'm on is fucking, it's a base map, you know. It ain't gonna make all the jam. Not that there's much jam to be made, you know. Be lucky to get 230 out of it. I'd laugh if we got more. That'd be some funny shit. But dude, if shipping wasn't so steep, I'd get a drum up in M5. Yeah, I think so too, Kev. All tuners start off doing exactly what he's doing now. What's the worst thing that can happen? Sending a piston through the hood? Tom. Yeah, the only weird thing is, I think we talked about this before. It's got my dead times, the new dead times I put in at the voltages. All the voltages say the same: 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And actually, K-Pro, I don't know why K-Pro does it. They do 8 is 799, 10 is 10.01, 12 is 12.04, 14 is 1396, and then 16 as 1598. Here's the weird thing. This is the weird thing. Think about 799, then think about 1001. The 799 that's supposed to be 8, well, 10 volts has 1001. That 0.01 that should be on the 8 has been transferred over to the 10. So 10.01, 799. You know what I mean? 12.04, it should be 12. 1396, which should be 14. So that 0.04 is on the 12 instead of the 14. So maybe that's like voltage transient or something like that. I don't know how to describe it, if that makes sense. It's kind of weird. Kev says he'd have to majorly fuck something to do that. Oh, for sure. You'd have to start fucking with, you know, pulling ignition timing, or putting in ignition timing, or getting into cam angles and stuff like that. You'd have to really tweak some shit to make it fucking send a fucking piston through the hood. And most likely you'd send it through the block. You'd send it through the bottom by the starter. That's usually how it happens. But yeah. Let's see. Let's save that shit. And just double check that one more time. 2.02. 1.43, 1.13, 0.81, 0.7, 0.71. Yeah. Yeah. That's 804 cc. All right, cool. So let's save that shit. We saved it. Good to go. Kev says it's just programming language translation issues. They use what's called batch files. There are always going to be slight discrepancies. It'll just interpolate data between the two cells. Natron says, true. Doesn't Kpro have a self-tuning function? Doesn't really tune itself, but shows you where you need to make adjustments, something like that. Not that I know of, unless it's something in the data. Wait, hold on. Let's see. What do we got? We got. So you got your upload changes to ECU, show Kpro information. You got your start-stop data logging. You got your start-stop recording. Download ECU. I can't even talk. Download ECU data logs. You got your. What is that? It's like a music symbol. It's like a staff 8-note. What is that? Doesn't even tell you. And you got display target lambda shift, display fuel adjustment values, display lambda values, display normal table values. You got Kpro. That's just showing. You got your tables. So you got fuel low speed, fuel high speed, cam angle low speed, cam angle wide speed, wide open throttle comp low speed, high speed, cat protect low speed, cat protect high speed, knock sensitivity low and high speed, knock ignition limit, knock retard, knock lambda. You got your traction control, but we don't got that. You got the vault. You got error codes, graph, display, sensors, parameters, onboard data logging. I'm not sure about the, you got you got your fuel, you have overall fuel trim. That should be fairly simple. Literally just click on the tab, overall fuel trim, add what you want. Or fuel compensation. But honestly, what I would do is the easiest way I would think to add, let's say fuel for low speed versus high speed. It'd probably be in the low speed. You would have man, all this shit is fascinating, I gotta say. But yeah, you could just put 10% more fuel in the whole fucking thing. Booyah. All right, so I saved it. Good to go. I think Windows has fucking updates. Your device is at risk of being out of date. I think it has some kind of map calibration for closed loop stuff. It just needs to run stock K20 map and put injector size, fuel pressure, dead times, and then adjust either fuel tables or dead times to get short and long fuel trims within 5%, and he's golden. Dude, but the funny thing is, see, I'm running the K20. They have a K20A base map, and I've tweaked it where I want the VTEC, where the VTEC engagement point works the best, because what they had did not work. Shit, didn't feel like it was making no power. They had it at like 3,800, which ain't the case. You want to have your VTEC at $5,000. And in K20A, the place it makes the most it linear power bands through the whole power band just feels like it sings through it. $5,000. But then, you know, obviously I have no auto air control valve. You got to put that in the equation, turn that off. No, disable auto air control valve. Fucking this and that, all the shit, you know, put in the dead times, all that. And then fucking damn, what was I about to say? My air fuel today when I was running, even when I was running at 45 psi static pressure, right? And then my, you know, the actual like once you put the vacuum line on and the pressure was at like 30 or whatever it was at like I think it's either 25 or 35. I can't remember. It dropped quite a bit. But then once you blip the throttle, it'd go right back up to 45. But then there was the question of the idle. The idle was acting fucky. When you were cruising along, car was at 14.7. I'm talking 6 gear, 50, 60 miles an hour, 14.7 on the money. Then once I did a couple throttle blips, just, you know, like fourth gear, just kind of like, just like give it a little bit of something just to see what the like, you know, not cruising, but I wouldn't call it heavy load. I would call it medium load because I wasn't even getting to fucking VTEC hardly. I was getting like right around the cusp of VTEC, giving it about 50, 60% throttle. And it went down to, I think it was at, I'd have to look at the data log. It was right around like 12.9 or 13. And I haven't even done a wide open pull yet. So I can't even fucking, you won't notice much difference in higher load wide open throttle cruising. If dead times base fuel is off, it'll mostly be noticeable at idle. Yeah, the car was cut down. I thought it was something to do with like vacuum or the idle air control valve or something like that. But no, it was like every time I was coming to a stop, there was a 50% chance it was cutting off. And then I'd crank it back over, it'd start right back up. You know, it wasn't like it was struggling for fuel or spark or anything. As soon as it would cut out, fucking, and I would start it right back up. It would fire right back up for sure. All right, I'm gonna update this piece of shit. Let's plug this bitch in. Sorry, motherfucker, do your thing. There you go. Big bitch. All right. Yeah, it's because it has nothing to do with auto air control. It has to do with the fucking fuel pressure. That's what me and Neutron were talking about. I thought it was something to do with auto air control valve or a vacuum line or something like that. No, it has to do with if you set static pressure at 45 and then you put your vacuum line back on, your fucking fuel pressure then drops to 30. 30 is pretty low. That's what it is. And that changes the characteristic of the idle. Thus, my idle before I did all this fuel shit was 800-ish, 825-ish or something like that. And now it's like 550 to 650, give or take. So we'll see tomorrow once I bump the pressure up to set the static fuel pressure to 50 instead of 45. We'll see if that helps the idle. But before I do that, definitely gonna tackle that fuel ring and tighten that bitch some more because can't have no leaking fuel, boys. Can't have no leaking fuel. No, no, no. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, how do I describe it? It's crazy how you put more pressure into it and the flow rate changes for the injectors. I never understood that before I bought injectors. I thought Oh, 750 cc's are just 750 cc's. No, it depends on what fucking pressure you're running. I mean, it makes sense, but you just think there's a number tied to an injector, but it all depends on what your fucking fuel, your base fuel pressure is. Ooh. But yeah, tomorrow will be it should be good tomorrow. I think everything will sort itself out. We'll try 50 psi. 50 seems reasonable. Seems like where it should be. The stock regulator was 43 to 47. 47 is 3 pounds away from 50, and you got to think it's not a stock regulator. And the good news is, this is how you know. This is how you fucking know we ain't got no leaks. Think about it this way. If you had a leak, wouldn't you guys say if you had a leak in the system, in the fuel system, pressure wouldn't be stable. It would fluctuate. You know what I mean? If you had a leak, that shit would fluctuate for sure. Man, if I could talk these fools down on this EP3, I'd almost buy it. If I could get it for like $4,000, I'd honestly buy it. And then sell the K20A3 to somebody that needs a K20A3 for their fucking whatever, their base model RSX, and then fucking swap a K24 in that bitch. That'd be a good day. For real though. Yeah, there's not a lot, dude. Honestly, like I've been looking on and off for different like project cars, and I don't see anything around here that is remotely appealing at all. Like nothing, dude. Got some Honda engine parts. What we got? Not shit. A 1.5 liter. Fuck all that. Yeah, Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. It's sad. Facebook. Craigslist charges for vehicle listings now. That's fucking crazy. I didn't even know that. Yeah, so fuck all that. Marketplace. Let's see. We got a 5th gen Prelude for $4,000. Black. Yeah, I wonder if this is my old buddy's car. It kind of looks like it. Dude, I'm almost positive that's Rob's car. That's fucked. That's some wild style right there. I swear that looks just like his car. But it's other than the seat being fucked up, the driver's side seat's fucked up. It's pretty clean. It's got 159,000 miles in it. It's got a clapped out H22. It's got a rusted ass exhaust. What do we got? 2000 Honda Civic Si Coupe. Ugh, God, why do people do that? Fucking rubber band tires, oversized chrome wheels on fucking Honda. Looking ugly as fuck. Yeah, I got chrome wheels, but my engine bay looks like fucking derelict. Makes no sense. Ugh. Yeah, hard pass on that. Hatch, EK Hatch for $3,000. What the fuck? It's got automatic transmission, but that's not necessarily a deal breaker. It's got some ugly ass wheels on it. Good God. And it's fucking purple. God damn it. Well, the good news is if I were to get one, we would completely rip it down to the bare chassis and rotisserie that motherfucker. So that wouldn't be an issue. $3,000. Let's see what he says. 200K, auto, stock, AC heat, everything works great. Condition, car is pretty much stock. Transmission shifts smooth and as it should. No lights on the dash, no noises. It's mechanically sound and it's great running car. Best Honda I've owned. Doesn't burn oil, doesn't leak. You don't have to add oil or anything. 3,000 oil change. And filter and regular maintenance, doesn't smoke, does great gas mileage, no leaks or sweat on the motor. I would trust this car to take you anywhere. I got it from the older lady that owned it for years and years and always kept it up on all the maintenance besides the paint fading and peeling. She's been taken care of and the interior's in good condition and everything works as it should. It's hard to find a Honda like this unmolested in this condition besides changing oil and doing regular maintenance. The only thing I've done to the car, I've added aftermarket 15x8 drag light wheels, smoked lights, and a Gretty exhaust. $3,200. It's not that honestly for a semi unmolested, other than the exhaust and the fucking wheels. That's like nothing. You know what I mean? That's actually not that bad of a price if it's mechanically sound, and it probably is because it's a fucking automatic. That's not that bad of a price. Oh, excuse me. Got a really ugly CRX, 1990. Looks rusted as fuck. Then we got a 97. A 97 Honda Civic. Is this two doors? What is this? That's a four door. Yeah, oh my God, what the fuck? He's got a 97 Honda Civic and he put an Acura badge on the back. Kev says, I have a mint ass EK that I put a bunch of stupid shit. Dude, at least the wheels aren't some Camber Gang Tilty Boy Chrome ugly fuck setup. I mean, they're not, I don't like the wheels regardless, but you know, the wheels aren't the worst looking wheels I've seen in a Gretty exhaust. I mean, that is honestly pretty unmolested. That's about as unmolested as you can get. And it's an automatic. So who the fuck's going to be ripping on an automatic Civic? You know what I mean? He could have said, bro, Slamber Gang for life, Holmes. Fucking, I got the neon underglow chassis and it's pink because the car is purple. fucking, I got the double din. I got the fucking really cheap eBay fucking exhaust. Like at least he said it's a Gretty. You know what I mean? Really doesn't look, doesn't look hard. It doesn't look good, but it doesn't look. Here, I'll let you be the judge. I hate the fucking paint color and I hate the wheels, but if it is a mechanically sound EK and it has no rust on the quarters, I mean, for $3,000, dude. Even if you could talk them down to $2,500, I don't give a fuck about those wheels. I could get Steelies from the junkyard. And luckily, it's not like bright purple. It's kind of like a fucking like grayish like purple. And at least it's not like, sparkly purple or some shit. But I mean, it's not the worst thing I've seen. It's definitely not the best thing I've seen either. But dude, finding an EK with no rust on it, that's $3,000 all day. He could have told me the fucking motor is fucking blown. You're gonna have to tow this bitch away. And a EK, dude, a rustless EK, a rust-free EK, that is worth $3,000 all day. They're hard to find, man. It's like your situation. You were looking for a Del Sol for how long? How hard was it to find a Del Sol in good condition? Oh my God, Ricer of the month. Here we go. Oh, hell no. One, I'm pretty sure that's a Prelude. That's not even a Civic. This is cringeworthy. Am I crazy, or is that shit a Prelude? That's just a Prelude. That shit's a 4th gen Prelude. Am I wrong? It says 1990 Civic Honda Civic EX Coupe. I'm pretty. Am I fucking retarded, or is that shit a 3rd gen Prelude? That is horrible looking. Isn't it terrible that we think $3,000 for a rust-free chassis is a good deal, but on the West Coast they can be had for $1,500 all day? Yeah, for real. I feel that. Dude, am I crazy, or is this a 3rd gen Prelude? This motherfucker's trying to say it's a 96 Civic. Oh my God. He's like, here, check out these sick-ass torque dampers, bro. is it? No, that's not even torque dampers. That's for the fucking doors. Oh God, for the Lambo doors. This is a fucking 3rd gen Prelude. Neutron says I paid $3,000 for mine. Kev says I paid $3,000 for mine. Yeah, so fucking a rust-free EK that runs and drives, like automatic or not, man. That thing's probably a decent deal. Definitely looks like a Prelude, but it's a that's a 3rd gen Prelude. He's trying to pass that shit off as a 96 Honda Civic EX Coupe. That's some funny shit right there. Oh, see, you got an 89 Honda Civic CX hatchback. How much does he want for it? I'm looking for a nice EF Honda Civic hatchback, looking to spend up to $6,500 for the right car. So he's just trying to trade. That's some fact. He don't even have a price for this bitch. That bitch looks pretty decent too, honestly. No price. Just trying to trade. Bitch, what's the point of just trying to trade if I'll pay you money? That's stupid. I hate when people do that. Neutron says 3,300 to be exact. A CRX I paid $1,000 for, and it was a rust bucket. Exactly, man. Like if I were to sell my RSX chassis, I'm talking just the bare fucking chassis on stock ass Type S wheels, no engine, no interior, no nothing in it. Not even a dashboard. I'd sell that bitch for $500 all day. You know. Let's see. Oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Ugh. See, okay, this Del Sol here, Kev. I thought of you. I was like, all right. I guess it's not the worst place you could start if you were looking for a Del Sol, and you could just get rid of the fake TE37s and do whatever you want with it. Then you got the fucking Neo Chrome fucking steering wheel that looks like some kind of fucked up diner seat. You got some bunk ass shifter and shift boot. I mean, I guess you could take that shit off, but still kind of let you know who was driving your car. Bro, Neo Chrome has 58 horsepower. I'm a street racer. But then you look at the the engine looks like it was taken care of, semi-decent. It's got a half-size radiator. It's got, typical shit. Looks okay. Not the cleanest thing, not the worst thing. True story. The wagon I could not pass up. Unicorn. Kev says, haha, they were trying to sell that when I was looking. Oh. And he doesn't even say, he says, I hate when people do this. They put $1 or they put 1, 2, 3, 4. So you think you're getting it for $1,234. No, he wants, it doesn't even say. It says mostly looking for trades or best cash price. Motherfucker, this ain't eBay. Just put it what you want, motherfucker. We'll negotiate from there. But I wouldn't even want that car. That car is fucking ugly. Then we got this EG hatch. Ooh, this thing looks kind of wild. Looks a little wild, Dave. This dude's not even selling his shit. Any shops that can do stud repairs on low cars in Charlottesville or close to PFA, thanks in advance. Hey, guess what? This isn't a place to ask for in search of. This is a fucking seller's block, you stupid bitch. Civic Coupe Shell, blah, blah, blah. Wheels. Vehicles. Let's see all. Let's see. 2008 TSX. Tell me that bitch is manual. No, it's automatic. Whack. $2,800. Why? Runs and drives great. No issues, no lights. Come test drive it. What the fuck? $2,800 for a fucking 08 TS. I don't give a fuck if the bitch is automatic. Let's see. And this fucking EP3 keeps popping up. Steel, go buy it. For the fucking TSX. Yeah. Be a hoopty day. Well, not really a hoopty. I wouldn't call it a hoopty, but you know what I'm saying. The 93 third gen Prelude SI four-wheel steering. That'd be a whole lot of fun to uninstall. I bet so many purists would be pissed at me. Like, dude, you got rid of the four-wheel steering. Why? Because I can't parallel park. Thanks. That's a fucking automatic. Whack. Whole bunch of EX 2-door coupes. Whack. Pontoon boat. That's definitely what I need. Dude, there's literally no fucking cars around here. Dude, I'm telling you, that purple EK hatch, gray purple, whatever that fucking color is. Honestly, that is like the first EK hatch I've seen pop up that is not just like completely raped with bad taste and bad mods. I mean, yeah, it's got a whack paint job that can be fixed, and it's got a whack set of wheels. Can totally fix that very easily. It's called a fucking impact gun. Do it fucking 16 times. Those wheels are gone. And fucking sand that bitch down, prep it, prime it, seal it, paint it, done. Clear it, done. Let's see. See, if it was purple, this shit will even load. God damn. If it was purple like this, I probably wouldn't touch it. Got the fucking Wav Avenger. Oh, hell no. Goddamn Infinity G35. Fucking crazy plum purple. Fuck. Yeah, not much. Oof. Hell, guys. Ugh. Fucking eyes are burning. Damn, it's already midnight. Holy shit, Gino. Shit, guys. Think we'll wrap up shop here. Probably about to chill out. Maybe make some food. Maybe hop on some PlayStation. But it's good shooting the shit. A lot of good topics tonight. How you like the Del Sol? Kev loves it, man. You don't gotta ask him. He fucking loves them. But yeah, probably chill out for a bit, and guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's plan. Fucking tighten up that fuel ring a little bit more. Make sure to get nice and tight as it'll fucking go, pretty much. And then, yeah, fucking upload the new dead times and CC and all that stuff for the injectors and the voltages, and then set base fuel pressure, and we're pretty much good to go. And then just keep checking for leaks, and oh yeah, keep checking for leaks. I fucking took her, dude. Forgot to mention this to you guys. I took her for a bumpy ride just to put it through some vibration tests. And I went on a back road that was definitely bumpy, to put the chassis and the car through some fucking vibration tests, and nothing leaked. All that shit is tight. Fuel filter secured. Everything seemed tight. Everything is not leaking. No fuel smell. So I think we did an okay job. The Premiere, bro. Upload. It's not done yet. I'll fucking tomorrow. I'll film the last video. Basically showing the issue with the because I filmed today on the first test drive, and obviously I was like, damn, the car keeps choking out, yada yada. So basically tomorrow I'll adjust the fuel pressure and then bump it up to 50, put the line on, see where it's at, yada yada, and then maybe take it for a quick stroll, quick little test drive, see how that's doing, check the AFRs and all that, and then you know, wrap up shop, and that's the end of the series pretty much, you know. Pretty much. So is what it is. Anyways, guys, I'll catch y'all later. That premiere will be happening Friday night, probably like 10 o'clock. I think that's what we'll do. Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Be there, be square. See you motherfuckers later. Have a good night. I'm going to beat some little Johnnies up. Later, guys.